Let's get down to it, boppers.
Apple and Friends.
Yeah, let's get down to it, boppers. It's the Ron and Fez Show. Back for our first day of the new year. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. We'll give away a prize today if you can come up with today's phrase that pays, which is 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Call in when you hear me say 866 Ron Zero Fez and win a prize. 866 Ron Zero Fez. That's the phrase that pays. Big weekend. Big Fez Watley back in here with us. And Fez, you look like $1 million today.
Well, thank you.
Is that a new shirt?
No, this is a my gay shirt.
That shirt has sex with other shirts?
No.
Male shirts.
It's just a shirt that gay guys would wear. Stylish.
I didn't know that. Give me a gay guy who would wear that.
Oh, I think any gay guy. I think Elton would wear it.
Now, let me ask you this. Would Elton wear it for a year and a half straight?
No, I don't think Elton wears anything for an hour straight.
What's going to be the payoff?
I have no idea.
I can't wait, though. I think it's going to be gigantic. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Boy, having a lot of trouble catching up with these phone calls today, huh? I'll just take them blind. Hi, you're on the Ron and Fez Show. And you're gone. Hi, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
Hey, Ron, I do have a phrase that may pay.
What's that?
It is spring.
Yeah.
The birds are fucking. I guess that's a sentence.
The birds are fucking?
Yeah.
Sorry, that is not the phrase that pays. Aaron, do you have the phrase that pays?
866 Ron Zero Fez.
That is the phrase that pays.
All right.
Man, they got that one fast. They
They pay attention, they're on it.
They pay attention and they're on it. That's exactly right, Fez.
Hold on, sir, you're going to...
Me?
No, the gentleman who had the phrase that pays.
Oh, good. He's going to the big-ass prize closet to get himself a big-ass prize. Are you going to be specific with it, Fez?
I'm going to be specific.
Is it going to something that's going to make me cringe?
I don't think so.
All right, let's try it.
It's the comedy special Believe on DVD, signed by Eddie Izzard, who's going to be the guest tonight on Ron Bennington Interviews on Indie 102 at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Well, that's the Unmasked that we play on Monday nights. It's a very damn good Unmasked. That's a nice little tie-in, Fez. You know what I mean? You put a nice bow around it. Speaking of a bow around it, I got a beautiful bow around a Bowie book that was sent in to me from Janice. I'll just say this, Janice. We ask you not to send us stuff. You're too nice. Don't send us anything. We should send you stuff. Instead, Fez is giving out to strangers. Literal strangers. Fez, there's a beautiful ISIS video up. It's up on the iBank today. It's kind of a propaganda video, but it's so nice that it's got me leaning towards joining ISIS.
Really?
Well, you can take your kids to these really sweet parks, and you can have fun, and you can do stuff. Look at this. The video shows people at an amusement park, and it's in Iraq, and look how much fun the children are having. And look at that fun,
that's like
everybody rides around. I think if ISIS takes over the world, everybody's going to be on fun little helicopters. Look at that. You got a Ferris wheel. Spin and win. Whatever it steps on is what you get. Bear dog every time.
The place is packed.
And look, here's a nice man with a beard, very thick neck beard, and a walkie-talkie. And he's thanking God for everything.
I didn't know ISIS was in the theme park business. I thought they were just in the beheading business.
You know, that's just one of the things they do.
They're diverse.
Yeah, they don't do the same shit all the time. Look how much all the kids are saying how happy they are.
They look a little tense, and they're giving very quick one-word rehearsed answers.
Oh, so now you're acting like we can't trust these kids that are wearing nice Nike shirts. So anyway, it's up on the iBang. ISIS, it makes people happier. Maybe we'd be happier if we had... I'm going to start one of those Patriot groups. Mm-hmm. Our name's going to be White ISIS. And see if the other fucking Patriot groups aren't afraid of us.
The monkey bars in that park look like the same ones that the terrorists train on in those videos where their faces are
covered,
masked.
Yeah, their faces are covered up. Here is John in Nebraska. You're on the Ron and Fez show. Yeah.
Hey there, Ron. You know, Fez is sounding all uppity today. I was wondering if maybe he got laid over the weekend.
Fez laid over the weekend?
No, still unlaid.
Now, uppity is a word that you don't want to use. It's never used in a nice sense. You know, he's up, but he's not uppity. Uppity would mean he's better than he thinks he is. Garrison in Wisconsin.
Ron Bennington, the unofficial ambassador to Chichester, I just wanted to thank you for Chester's own Bo Ryan getting Wisconsin Badgers to the Sweet 16.
It's nerve-wracking. You know, all I need is the slightest trace to something. But Bo was born in Chester, and, you know, he's been a hell of a coach.
There. Greatness is born there, Ron. Greatness.
Well, you know, what Chester makes Chester. That's what I like to say. We haven't made anything in a long, long time. But yeah, I mean, getting that team to the Sweet 16, it's exciting, but it's so difficult to move ahead. I mean, when you see how many of these games come down to 1, 2 points on a constant basis, it's just, it kicks the shit out of you. Now, over the weekend, Fez, did you watch El Clasico?
No, I didn't watch El Clasico.
They say almost 1 billion people watched that game.
What is El Clasico?
It's the soccer game between Madrid and Barcelona.
No, I didn't see it.
Almost 1 billion people around the world will watch that game. And yet here in the United States, even though I think we have a couple channels that put it on, most people outside of soccer towns, you know, New York City bars will play it. They play actually a lot of soccer in New York City. But when you watch the talent in that game, it makes you... It was Barcelona versus Real Madrid. Barcelona versus Real Madrid. And when you watch it, it will... it'll make you think, oh, we're never going to catch up. It's just never going to happen for us. It's like, you know what? Here's what it's like. It's like if you have a kid, right? And you're like, oh, my kid's spelling stuff. And then you see Pakistani and Indian kids spelling shit. And you're like, why do we even bother? They're never going to catch up. Here's Lou in New Jersey.
Hey, cousins.
Yeah.
I was just wanted to get your opinion on the Michael. It seems that Michael Sam is trying to have a comeback here in the NFL.
Well, his comeback is really going to be more as he can make it as a dancer. Did you see him dance yet, Fez?
I haven't watched him dance yet.
You're a week behind. You said that you're the world's biggest Michael Sam fan, but you're already a week behind him dancing because he's dancing with and against other stars. Stars such as Rumor Willis. I saw that on Good Morning America today. Jason, Panic in Detroit.
Hey, good morning, Ron and Fez. Just wanted to call in about that wrestler that died down in Mexico in the ring, and also bring up the Fez. Get ready to shave that head because CM Punk's not going to be at WrestleMania this year.
Well, we haven't had WrestleMania yet. They're talking about Brock Lesnar going back to the UFC.
When is WrestleMania?
It is this coming Sunday.
Now, you said that you would shave your head if CM Punk wasn't there.
Oh, yeah, wasn't at WrestleMania.
I didn't even know WrestleMania is this Sunday. Where's it at?
It's in San Jose.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
No.
Jason, I'm going to see if Sam wants to jump in on this. The The luchador wrestling is incredibly much more brutal than American wrestling, even though we bring in we bring in luchadors here, but I don't see. Well, am I going to watch this guy get killed? Is that why we put this up?
He's already had the fatal blow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, where the video picks up, he's already taken a kick that has fractured his neck.
Oh my God. And nobody else in the ring knows it, right?
No.
It's still going on.
Yeah, he's just out on the ropes.
Oh, Jesus. All right, here comes Sam, and to talk about this brutal sport, which I want stopped right now, professional wrestling. And I'm trying to get the other mothers at school again. And boy, you're not helping anything by pulling him around on his neck. But who kicked him there?
That's Rey Mysterio Jr.
Sam is here. So, that's Rey Mysterio, setting him up for it. That's Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yeah.
Now, Rey Mysterio Jr. is an artist in the ring.
He's one of the greats.
One of the all-time greats, has been doing this for a long time. How did he make a mistake like this?
I don't know, and I don't think anybody knows exactly what fucked up Perro Aguayo Jr. so bad.
No, do you know? Have you ever met Perro?
I've never met him. I've seen him before. I know of him. It wasn't the first time I'd heard his name, but I've never met him.
You know, I was backstage once at wrestling, and all the girls were saying, "Who's that attractive guy?" And it was Rey Mysterio. And then he puts on a mask.
Yeah.
It's like he's the most attractive guy backstage. Then he wears a mask.
He's very boyish in appearance.
But normally, let's say for a blow like this, who is more responsible, the person kicking or the person taking the kick?
Well, it did look like he was out of position to take the kick. The things that Ray was doing, he didn't look like he was doing them improperly, and he wasn't doing anything that people haven't done 100 times before. Like he was doing really basic stuff. So I wouldn't call Rey Mysterio responsible for this one.
Is it just a freak accident? Or?
I think it's an accident because it's tough to say the guy who died is at fault, and it's hard to really tell exactly what fucked him up so bad. But it strikes me more of as a freak accident than anything else.
It's like one of those things that you find out in a bar fight that somebody got killed, and you're like, but they didn't even get hit that hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, these things are brutal. Will this fuck up the sport of wrestling?
No. I think we're lucky that it happened in AAA as opposed to in WWE.
Well, Fez, you were at a wrestling event where a guy got his neck broken, right?
Yeah, that was an old WWF taping where Marty Jannetty broke a jobber's neck.
Well, I mean, Stone Cold won the Intercontinental title after getting his neck broken.
So it's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game that we're playing here.
Yeah.
And of course everyone knows about Owen Hart.
Yes.
So
I mean, I would say that there's
this stops WrestleMania. We're not doing WrestleMania.
No, this doesn't even sort of stop WrestleMania.
Are you going out for WrestleMania?
Of course. That's why you call me in, right?
Well, your job is going to be what? Walk around behind them after? Because I saw you in that position, walking past the cameras at the last one in Philly.
Yeah, I walk around, check to see if people need towels.
Do you do pre-game stuff? Is that your role there with them?
No, I do, for them, I don't do anything day of show usually. I've done stuff for the network before, but I'll go out there.
You get a little something for yourself?
We don't talk about business.
You wet your beak?
We don't talk about... I'll go out there and do my show from Radio Row.
Let me just ask, 6 figures?
Ron, I mean, don't embarrass me, but...
Now, speaking of embarrass you, I'm going to bring up something that I heard on your show the other day, and I almost called you. I just didn't know whether it would be welcome.
It's always welcome.
You said on your show that your wife was ready to start a family.
Yes.
And then you told her no.
I said not right now. I said now is not a great time.
Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
You're heading for a divorce, my friend.
That's it.
The purpose of marriage is to raise a family. The purpose of marriage in history has never been about two like-minded people sharing life together.
Right.
That has nothing to do with marriage. Marriage is only to have a family and to care for that family. That's it. That's the only reason.
But what about the people that are... First of all, I didn't say I never want to have kids.
Did you say she freaked out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
that
freaked out.
is the beginning of the end. You have done something now that is unforgivable. Unforgivable in a woman's psyche.
Yeah, but that could also be said about pretending to propose to somebody. And if you recall, I've done that before as well on a certain radio show.
None of that compares to what you've done now. And even in like for liberal people, and you're very liberal, as I know. You live down at Occupy Wall Street. That is all based on pro-choice, which just means it's the woman's choice. It's never the men's choice whether she has a baby or doesn't have a baby. You're only there to support. You're heading for a divorce. But lock it in.
If she, first of all, that's a little tough to just jump on and say. If she says to me, "How do you feel about this right now?" and I say, "This is just how I feel." I'm not saying no, definitely not. I'm not saying never. I'm saying right now, in my mind, how I feel.
How long have you been married?
2.5 years.
This is ridiculous. You should have been ready to have a baby that night. That's why two people get married.
It's not that long. Yeah, people do get married and not have kids, and they just have a happy existence.
The Catholic Church will not marry you unless your purpose is to have children. That's why when people go back and they're like in their 50s, they're like, "We'd like to have a marriage." The Catholic Church says no. We're not here for you.
Because it's not going to happen.
No, the purpose of marriage, historically, has never had anything to do with the two people. It's only been about family.
So then, are you against gay marriage?
Well, suppose those gays decide to adopt. Now, let me tell you something. If there's a gay marriage,
yes,
and one of the gays says, "I think I'm ready to adopt," and the other gay says, "No, we like to go out for summers and party," they're heading for a fucking divorce.
Even if they talk like that, they sound so fun.
A gay divorce is heading because this thing that you are doing can never be healed. What you've said, even if you give in now, it can never be healed.
So even if I said, in a couple of weeks, I've been thinking about this, and I really am drifting more in the direction that you're headed.
I think it's got to be, first of all, you can't drift. You just say yes. And then inside, you fucking freak out. And
okay. See, that's what I'm learning.
Yeah, you just let your stomach burn. Look, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
No man is ready to have children. They lie and say, yes, this is a great idea. And the people will say to them, "Are you happy?" And the men say, "Yes." You're terrified. But that terror has to be swallowed and lived with,
That's what I need to hear.
Like, Clint Eastwood is ready for a gunfight. He's shitting his pants, but we don't know it as viewers. We just see him being badass. That's how you have to be as the husband/dad.
Just yeah, I'm cool with all of this.
I love it, honey. I support you, whatever you want to do. And then after she gets pregnant, she goes, "I don't want to have this baby." And you're like, "I understand. There's no reason to do that. We can do it at any time."
Right.
You just say things like that.
Right.
That's your role.
See, I told her exactly how I felt.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's what I'm realizing now.
That's why you're heading for divorce. It's over for you.
I mean, it's been bad since then.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You will never get a woman as good as your wife.
I think that's right. That's why
you married above your head, and it was a mistake.
How
and now,
so?
Because
she sets the groundwork now.
Well, forget that.
Right.
No, you went and fucked. Does she have sisters?
She's got a sister.
They're just bad mouthing the shit out of you. And then here's the other thing that you did, because I was going to call you and yell at you. I go, "Here, you did this awful thing," and then you talked about it on your show as if it was entertaining. That's what divorce dudes do.
I want to bring people in. I want to share whatever's here. I want to get it out. I don't like inside. I like out.
You know who does that?
Who?
Guys with no talent. Guys that can't sit and fucking come up with entertaining things for people to do. They'll go, "Oh, my wife's feelings about me not letting her procreate. That's a good fucking bit for the show tonight." No. Where's she at today? She working?
She's at work.
I'm going to send her a handwritten note. And then I'm gonna pin on the bottom of it a divorce lawyer's card.
Don't push in that direction. I understand you're giving me advice, but don't.
It might push her back to you. That's what I'm saying. She's at a point right now that it's a seed that's growing, and maybe if I said this is what it's going to grow into, maybe she'll get out of it.
I think
I'm sorry, Fez, what?
I think this works against you even if you do have a kid down the road, because that'll always be in her eyes the kid you don't want, and they will team up against you.
No, first of all, they're all going to team up against him. And
regardless.
And they're all the kids that you don't want, because men don't naturally want children, right?
Mm.
You just say, this is what I signed up for. I'm going to do it. Just in the same way as if you're in the military, you don't want to fucking take the hill.
Right.
You do it because you signed up for it. But they would never say in the military, hey guys, we've been thinking about taking that hill where all those fucking ISIS guys are. What do you think? Everybody would go, no.
Yeah.
No.
It's the cost of doing business. This is, you made the decision to get married to marry this person, and you take the benefits of that. So you have to be willing to deal with this. I just don't like keeping things inside.
Keep it inside. That's what men do. Men keep things inside. Stoic.
Yeah. Have I struck you as stoic in the time that we've gotten to know each other?
It's time to grow up, dude.
Yeah.
It's time to fucking grow up. This is it. This is your first real shot at manhood, and you fucking blew it with your chick.
And you think there's no coming back?
I think that you two can act like you are.
Yeah.
But in the same way, when you were watching Private Ryan, the fucking guy who sat over there crying on the other side and didn't go jumping in for his buddy, didn't risk his life, and just listened to his friend got killed, that's you right now. Now, does that guy ever come back in life? I'm sure he'd get back to town. He's the kind of guy he'll mow the lawn and say hi to the neighbors. But everybody knows, and he knows who he is.
Because you figure out how to act like everything's fine, and it's just not.
Well, everyone knows you've been challenged and you didn't fucking measure up. And all you had to say was, I would love to support you in this. And I know that we're going to have a wonderful family. This is why we got married. It wasn't so that, you know, we could fucking just be two cool people hanging out together, watching wrestling 24 hours a day. You fucked up, dude.
I know that. I know that. But it's still in that moment was true.
All right, let's look. Opie, Jim. Opie has kids, Jim doesn't.
Correct.
Because Opie is married and Jim isn't.
Jim is not.
Opie has kids, Anthony doesn't have kids. Why? Anthony's not married.
Anthony was married.
Exactly.
That's your point, not mine.
Exactly. Roland doesn't have kids.
He's not married.
Thank you.
He isn't. Fez, do you want kids?
I don't want kids.
Do you want to get married?
Well, I'd like a date first, but...
Do you see yourself getting married one day?
I could see myself getting married.
But you don't want kids?
No, I don't want kids.
It's making me feel a little better.
Do you want to be gay? Do you want to be a middle-aged gay woman who's fucking doing frequently asked questions?
No, you're right. No, I don't want to be gay. Just because that's not how I was born. There's nothing wrong with it.
I don't know if that was even a cover-up. Why did you drag yourself into that, into the gay thing? Now you're being seen as not gay. I don't know, dude, right now. But I'd say your chances of staying married are like 10 to 12%. Are you going to go back and tell her you want kids today?
Today? I think that'd be a little transparent if I just said that today.
No, be transparent. Go back and say, look, I talked it over with some married dudes. I talked it over with Ron. I talked it over with Opie. I get it now.
And you think it's that's all you have to do?
Yeah.
Because if somebody said it to me, I'd be like, they're just trying to tell me what I want to hear.
Yes.
That's it.
I told you from the beginning, you got to tell her what she wants to hear. That's it. That's the reason. There's no other reason for marriage other than raise family. As a matter of fact, it's what Catholics, their big problem is with gay marriage.
Is that they can't
have children.
procreate.
The whole point is to have children.
But that's Catholic marriage. That's not marriage.
Catholic marriage is marriage. Everything else is just some fucking watered down version of it. You know? You see the Pope, he doesn't have any kids.
Right. Well,
because he's not fucking married and probably gay.
You think so?
I know so from the amount of people that, you know, have been touched over the years.
You should probably skip WrestleMania and just spend the weekend with her.
That's yeah. Now is not a great time to be going away for 4 days. But
who are you going with?
Girl who does my show.
This has really got me nervous. Which girl?
Katie Linendahl.
Let me see a picture of Katie. Put her up quick.
I mean, it's a professional trip.
I know, but as many humps as you hang around with. Holy shit! Please.
What?
This is nothing but trouble. No wonder she wanted to have a baby before you went on this trip.
You think that motivated?
Yes. Where did you meet Katie?
I invited her to do my show a while back.
You did.
Today Show and CNN and Fox News correspondent. She's a big wrestling fan. She came in and did some tech segments and she's going up to because she's going to co-host the show. You know, she's a personality on my show, so it reminds people listening. Oh yeah, this is the Sam Roberts show we're used to hearing.
You're playing a fucking dangerous game, my friend.
You think so?
You're playing a dangerous game.
I'm going to be stoic.
Hey, Snow, what's up, buddy?
How you guys doing?
None of your goddamn business, Snow.
I was sticking up for family a little bit. E-Rock's married. He doesn't have kids either.
Thank you. Good point.
I wish you hadn't brought him up.
Thank you. Now you're E-Rock.
Yeah, that's it.
Now you're E-Rock, and you're saying that you have the same guest every single week, no matter what happens. Whenever I ask, what do you want me to plug for you, he gives me the same guest.
Who? E-Rock?
Yeah, Chris Elliott every week. He's like, I got Chris Elliott. I go, why? Why is it always Chris Elliott? Are you just making this up, or are you replaying the same show over and over?
He just figured that it worked once, so...
You know what? That girl is hot and looks like your wife. It's a fucking... This is a mistake for you, Sam.
She's a wrestling fan. She's very good on the air, so that's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Fez is a wrestling fan. I'd love to see him out there with you. The two of you. You're talking about who's wrestling this week? Punch and Judy? Who's going at it? Who is it?
It's a bit. I mean,
Tony Garea?
No, Tony Garea is not going to make it to this one.
Pat Patterson out there?
No, he won't. I mean, he'll probably be in town, but he won't be wrestling. It's a Sting and Triple H.
Who's going into the Hall of Fame?
Randy the Macho Man Savage.
Not dry fucking pants in the house that night.
Pants?
Yeah. I think everybody will be pissed himself.
Yeah.
Who's inducting him?
Hogan's inducting him.
Now we know that Randy's dead.
Yeah.
If that fucking happens without a run-in,
yeah,
we know that Randy's dead. Who else is going in?
The Bushwhackers are going in.
They belong there.
Yeah. Kevin Nash, Big Daddy Cool Diesel's going in.
Okay. Everyone who ever wrestled is going in.
If you did more than 3 years, you're good.
Yeah.
Who else is going in, Fez? Arnold Schwarzenegger is going into the celebrity wing.
Hate the celebrity wing.
Why?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. It feels like it waters down the actual Hall of Fame.
Really? Did Pete Rose fucking water down WrestleManias? Or did he make it better?
Right. Mr. T delivered last year at his speech.
Doesn't Mr. T got a new TV show going out? It's home repairs, and it's called I Pity the Tool. And I wish I was making that up.
Is that true?
But it's 100% true. I Pity the Tool will be the... Now, first of all, anyone who can remember that, right? The I Pity the Fool is not going to go back and watch the show. Anyone under like 35 is like, what? Mr. Who?
Right.
Why doesn't he have a whole last name? Here's our buddy Nick here. Nick, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey, I just wanted to bring up something because I know Fez he's had a lot of ton of anxiety, and it seems like
have you, Fez?
I think a ton exactly, 2,000 pounds worth.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it seems like it's so bad. I mean, it seems like it's something that's kind of grown into something that's out of your control. I mean, it's not even really something you have control over anymore, and it's almost as bad
do you have any advice, or are you just calling to scare me more?
Yeah, no, man, I got the solution for you. I got something that could actually fix your problem like in 10 days, and I mean, I'm like 99% sure it would. It's called ayahuasca. I don't know if you've heard of it. Ronnie might have heard of it. It's
Why would I hear this? Sounds like a fucking Indian squall. Fez,
I think that's Sarah Palin's hometown.
Fez, I don't mean to bust your balls, but you're really taking us off topic here.
Yeah, I don't mean to. Thank you
This
for the
cannot
info.
be. This cannot be you and your anxiety problems on a constant basis.
I didn't want it to be.
Tell you this.
Listen, man, but no, I'm just saying, just please look into it. Please do some like Amber Lyon was on Joe Rogan. She was a reporter for CNN. She had tons of anxiety, man. She couldn't even function. And so Joe Rogan just sent her an email, and he just mentioned it. Joe Rogan's never even done it. He's done DMT, but he's never done ayahuasca.
All right, so this is some kind of tripping drug?
Yeah,
yeah, Fez isn't going to do it.
I'm not doing that.
You're but you're doing. There's like a shaman there who's been doing this for 30 years. He knows what he's doing. It's a professional. And
Is the shaman sold separately from the pills?
Fez, please. I'm just asking. Can we get back to the Sam thing?
Yes, let's do that. Thank you for your infomercial.
Fez, I'm saying, please just listen to Amber Lyon's interview on Joe Rogan. That's all I ask.
Thank you.
Fez, please.
I'm trying.
And Ronnie, just because Ronnie, you mentioned the other day. I mean, Ronnie has some great
I'll fucking do it for fun.
Oh my God, he must be on it now.
Let's do it one at a time. I'll do it for fucking fun. I'll eat the shit out of this.
Dude.
But it has nothing to do with this.
Hell yeah, that'd be the best thing ever, man.
Okay, he just wants people to do drugs.
Yeah.
No, it's not it, man. Just don't call it. See, now everyone that's done it, if you call it a drug, they get pissed. Dude, in South America, no one's depressed. They don't have antidepressants. When something's traumatic,
They're eating out of fucking trash dumps down there. They need to be a little depressed.
they're happier than you. None of them are anxious at all. And because when something traumatic happens down in South America, they go through an
Fez,
ayahuasca.
what are you even anxious about? What's going on?
This call.
No, you told me today something bothered you big.
Yeah, just people emailing me, telling me to kill myself.
What did that?
Who emails you and tells you to kill yourself?
Who emailed you?
I don't know what the person's name is.
So how could you be bothered that somebody told you to kill yourself?
Are you bothered by it, Fez?
Yeah, I get bothered by it.
You don't even bother to remember their name. That's how little these people mean to you, and you're upset that they want you to kill yourself, and they found out your name and your email and took the time to actually send you a message, and you don't even know their name, and it upsets you.
Yeah, it's eating my sandwich or something like that. I'm probably saying it wrong.
No, it doesn't matter whether you're saying it wrong. It just goes to show how ridiculous.
I think it may be an
is.
alias. Are you nervous about shaving your head?
No, because I don't think that's going to happen.
Will you come in with your head shaved, or are you shaving it Monday?
We can shave it here Monday.
Who's we? I'm not shaving your fucking head. Why? No one else comes in here and grooms. Why would you?
All right, I'll come in with it shaved.
So you don't think CM Punk is going to be there?
No, I do think he's going to be there. I think Lesnar's going to leave and Punk's going to be standing there waiting for him. And it's going to be this UFC WWE crossover.
Why would they have a crossover?
I don't know. They're competitors.
Wouldn't it make UFC look bad if they...
I mean, their entire audience would throw up on them.
And they're doing unbelievably well.
Yes.
And Lesnar's been bringing up UFC more and more often lately.
So, Lesnar is going to jump out of the ring. And CM Punk is going to jump into the ring. Lesnar's not even going to wrestle.
No.
Wait, so does this lead to a UFC fight between Lesnar and Punk?
Yeah.
Okay, do you understand that they're like 100 pounds weight difference?
The weight class is not the same.
You think UFC fans are going to be like, oh, cool, it's a freak show now. Perfect.
I think this is Punk's attitude.
Yeah, it's not up to you whether it's your attitude or not. There's actual rules for weight.
And I think it's also part of a cross promotion that these two organizations are working on behind the scenes together.
You should kill yourself, Fez.
I really should.
How did he tell you to kill yourself?
Go jump in the East River.
That's what eating my sandwich.
Weigh myself down and jump in the East River.
Oh, eating my sandwich. You're a pain in the ass.
Another lead boot joke from eating my sandwich, huh? So sick of that guy. You think his parents were like, well, our last name is Masandwich. How funny would it be if we named our kid Eaton?
Eaton? Get in here for lunch, boy.
Bring your sister, Macon.
Time for you and Macon to get in here with the Masandwich family. It's another Masandwich lunch. All right, so Fez, if this doesn't happen, you are going to shave your head.
Yes, I said I would.
Now, you shave your mustache along with it?
I was going to keep the mustache because I thought that could be a really interesting look.
Okay.
But eyebrows go off.
Sideburns?
Sideburns will go. I don't have much in the way of sideburns anyway.
I think they stay.
These little things.
You never said you would shave your. You never said that you would shave your sideburns.
They would just be little hairy dashes, like I had eyebrows on over my ears.
Yes, earbrows, if you would. Save an earbrow for yourself.
And if you don't, I mean, you know what's going to happen. Punk's going to come back. They're going to do UFC matches. So just agree to, of course, yeah, I'll leave your sideburns on.
Oh yeah, I will.
Okay, good.
Hey, Milo in North Dakota.
Hey, Fez.
What can we do for you?
Well, suggestion for Sam, I think he should go to the wrestling show.
Yeah.
Take the weekend, go to the wrestling show, and when he comes back, he should tell his wife that he's been thinking about it. He spent that time at the wrestling show, that he's ready for a kid now because he wants to go and he wants to have a kid so he can share experiences like that for her.
Yeah.
And we'll give an epiphany, and it'll make his wife feel like he really thought it over and he had an epiphany.
I think he's going to end up knocking up his co-host and come back and saying to his wife, "You know what? You're right. I decided to have a baby, but with this hot hipster, I'm gonna have a baby with hot hipster. Is that her name?
Her name's not Hot Hipster, and I'm not having a baby with her. But I think this call is right on the money.
So you're going to go back and say that you're ready.
Give it some time. I'll play by ear. I like to, I don't like to.
Let me just call her and tell her. What's her? I'll text her. What's her number?
I'd prefer not. I'll take care of it, I guess, from here. But I mean, the advice is good, but I don't need your complete interference.
I'm telling you right now, dude. You never say yes or no to a baby. If they want to have an abortion, you're like, oh, thank God. Oh, honey, I'll be here with you.
Right.
And if they want to have the baby, you're just like, great.
Just sit there Botox faced.
Great. I love it.
That's what I've always dreamed of.
Or else don't get married. Live a life like that, where a guy named Eating My Sandwich can fucking throw off your whole day. Here's Jack in New Mexico.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Hey, do you think Sam's being a little disrespectful by sitting around laughing at Fez?
In what way?
Well, like, laughing at his sideburns, making him look like a real asshole.
Wouldn't that be it's funny, though.
I think that's the funny part of this. I mean, these guys have wrestling in common, and you've got to admire Fez for a fucking hair versus hair match.
I love it.
Something that you see as a long shot.
I mean, it's beyond a long shot.
Now, here's what I worry about, Fez. Are you still picking your scalp?
It's the worst it's ever been.
All right, so that'll be exposed.
Yeah, it'll be really, really bad. I think there's probably 24 hot spots on my scalp right now.
Now, if we do shave your head, there's only one person who can do it, Earl. He's always been the official head shaver.
Yep.
Text him now as the show's going on and see if he can show up and give you head on...
But he's got to leave
Monday.
the sideburns on.
Yeah, leave the burns. I think he leaves his burns as well. I think Earl already does that.
Those sick Fez chops.
There's Fez texting away. He actually writes stop. Somehow he's able to send a telegraph from his. Here's our old buddy John. John, what do you got, pal?
Hey, sorry people in South America are so much happier than you guys.
I don't know how that ever fucking happened. I saw them eating out of garbage dumps and selling their children out as prostitutes.
That was me. But, Sam, I just want to let you know that a lot of times after women have a kid, they decide to quit their jobs and stay home to raise them themselves.
Of course she's going to quit her job and raise her kid.
So get ready to be the big breadwinner there, Sammy boy.
See, I don't mind. Yeah, that's the thing. Financially, I have to do a little something to make that happen, but I would love that if she stayed home to
First of all, financially, guess what?
What?
You never have enough money. No matter how much money you have, it's never enough.
Mm-hmm.
So that's off the table. I don't give a shit if you're broke dick or if you're fucking Donald Trump. You're like, where am I supposed to get the money for this fucking kid? Because rich people have to come up with all of their extra shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you got to have nannies and you're sending them away to fucking private school. So forget that. That doesn't matter. You're just going to have that kid, put it on your wife's tit, and then you spend the rest of your time just driving back and forth between here and Westchester doing math in your head. What did Earl say, Fez?
Haven't heard back from him yet.
You got to be kidding. Oh, I see. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. CPT. You know what I'm saying?
Still in the morning, kind of?
For him, yeah. It's a whole different time zone. And you're still locked in that CM Punk is going to be there.
CM Punk will be back at WrestleMania.
Now, was this a plan from the beginning?
Yeah.
What about the lawsuit? WWE filing a lawsuit.
Yeah, it's all part of the
work.
work.
What about the contract that Dana White and CM Punk signed their names to?
Here's what you're not getting that I'm telling you.
Okay.
The UFC and the WWE are now working together.
In cahoots.
Yes.
I got it because you told us.
Thank you.
And that's when I said to you, wouldn't that ruin the UFC in the terms of their people who go buying stuff to see a legitimate athletic matches and not sports entertainment?
Yeah, how does Dana White benefit from it?
Yeah.
He gets all the coverage on the WWE shows.
But what about the UFC? So he's got all. Now he'll get the wrestling fans, but he will have to sacrifice all of the MMA fans.
I don't
Maybe
think
WWE will turn fucking shoot, where you'll see a lot more rest holds. The logic is skewed, but he is sticking with it.
I admire that.
Yeah.
Very much.
Earl texted back, shouldn't be a problem. Who's losing a bet?
Just say as always, Fez.
You're actually going to do it, because Fez will do the hair bets. He won't pay off the dinner bets, right?
He still owes you a dinner bet. How long?
3 dinner bets, dating back to, I believe, 2006.
Look, I'm going to tell you what's the nicest Daniel Balloon. Sunday night, Fezzy, make reservations. We're all going out to Daniel. It's going to cost you a fortune, my
Sunday
friend.
doesn't work for me.
All right, I got to pay. It's Sunday.
We'll be there.
Sunday doesn't work
We will be there.
I'll be in San Jose.
Yes, bring your mistress along with you.
She's not my mistress.
Well, you've thought about it. You've jacked her.
No, I haven't. She's my colleague.
Fez, Jack's thinking about his colleagues.
You do?
Yeah, oh yeah. Meat face.
Hey, Ron, last week you were asking Fez about his inner thoughts, and he said some of his inner thoughts include killing himself or telling him to kill himself. Does he get nervous over that?
I get nervous sometimes. I would never do anything. I'm too afraid to die.
But I told you I was about to call 911 if you keep bringing it up to me. You said that every time you take your meds, you think about killing yourself. And I said, Fez, I am under obligation as a therapist to call 911 now.
It's a major role that you've taken over.
You know what? I'm doing both. You know what I mean? I'm doing everything at the same time. I'm here for people.
How do you do it? Is that all just everything that goes on in the life of Ron Bennington? Because I see a lot of people come to you, they want advice from you, but nobody asks how's Ron doing. No
one gives a fuck about me.
They don't.
No, but that's fine.
You just swallow it.
Does anyone ever do this? Dear God, what can I do for you? No, they never do.
I see.
They figure he's got it together.
Right.
People think that I have it together because I don't sit around and tell them that I don't, like you do.
You're right.
You know
I
what
did
mean?
that.
Yeah. I have my problems, but I figure, why would I burden the world with this? Why would I sit in here and act like, oh, everyone stop with your problems and come help me with mine? That would make this the Jenny Hutt show.
We wouldn't want that.
The Jenny, what am I going to do about my career show?
Not on Weight Loss Wednesday. That's a whole different deal.
It's just another Weight Loss Wednesday. But something's going to hit for her.
I think so.
I know, because she tells me.
Oh.
She tells me.
Oh.
She's telling it at what?
She's a hell of a tweeter.
Okay. Good tweeting skills.
And the YouTube videos. She's always done well with the YouTube videos.
Yeah, she does good with that when she's...
Remember the song about the cops?
Yeah, oh, that I loved. That was my favorite thing ever. And I was so mad when she deleted it.
Oh, that one blew up.
We must have that song somewhere, right? Did we save it anywhere?
We have this. We have in our things. The song exists in in our computer system.
That was my favorite thing ever. And then she wanted to. She was mad at somebody for bringing it up or tweeting it. Do you remember what it was?
I don't remember
Lauren?
who it was.
Was it Lauren down the hall?
Oh,
She was
yeah.
mad at? All right, I'm setting you up for this now, Fezzy. I'm going to become your memory banks.
Why was she mad at Lauren?
Because Lauren said something like, what kind of idiot would fucking say, I'm throwing this out to Chris Rock or whoever, right?
But like, we talked about it at length on Opie's show.
Yeah.
And then she gets mad at Lauren for tweeting.
That was my favorite thing when that blew up. I was so disappointed when she deleted it because I was just laughing at how bad she was attempting to fight the waves that were coming. Is this it? Do we have it?
This is a duet between her and Sam
No,
Jackson.
that doesn't work. That doesn't work for us. No way for us to find it, though, huh? All right. Tony has a question for you, Sam. Go ahead, Tony. Okay.
Hey, Sam, we know all about your mother from Opie and Anthony, but how is your relationship and what's Jess' mother's like? Because whatever your mother is, or whatever her mother is, that's what Jess will become once a kid is born.
Jess actually has a really good relationship with her mom.
How about you?
Do I have a good relationship with Jess's mom?
I mean, has it crossed the line?
You mean
like a
physically?
Like a Mrs. Robinson thing.
No, it hasn't.
Did you ever get caught looking at her cleavage?
Did I ever get caught? No.
Did she ever stand up and walk away and hear you go like this? No, because that's uncomfortable when that happens.
I've never been caught doing that before.
Yeah. Hey, Tracy, what's up?
Hey, Sam,
Yeah.
I put a baby in your wife. I put a baby in your wife's butt if you want me to come over there and put a baby in a butt. I know how to put a baby in her, Sam. You need a baby in your wife, I will do it.
Sam?
No, I mean, thank you, and I appreciate the giving nature.
No, I didn't even know that you do the baby in the butt thing. Might work out for the gay marriages, huh, Fez?
Would you put a baby in your butt?
No, I don't want a baby in my butt.
Not even if it meant bringing a life onto the planet.
No.
Oh.
Just fart out a fucking kid for everybody. Fart out a little gay kid.
Imagine that. If you thought it was like a fart, if it was supposed to just be gas, but it wasn't even a shart. It was a baby with some shit on it.
Yeah, it was like a really bad bout of constipation.
Yeah.
And it's a child.
And a little baby comes out.
Why do you think that you're so good with your nieces? Why do you think you couldn't have a baby?
Because that's just really small increments of time.
But you like wrestling and comic books and all that stuff. Like that stuff you can share with a kid.
You're like a child with a mustache. They're going to love you until they're 13.
And dude, a little kid is going to go fucking crazy over that mustache.
Yeah.
My dad's got a mustache. My sister's little baby just grabs at it all the time.
Sure. What do
You got to
waiting
do
for,
it.
Fez?
You
I
gotta
bet
do
you're
it.
good. Seriously, after you eat your Pocahontas, you ought to, and you trip for a while and you come back and you feel great. After that, you're going to love this baby.
You should put a baby on the line and say if CM Punk is not at WrestleMania, you have to shave your head and adopt a baby.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you get one of those robot babies and carry it around school for a week? And if that works out, if you get an A in that, you're happy.
If I can go a week without losing it.
Yeah. Or just see if you can go without dropping the egg. Sometimes if you don't break the egg.
What about this? You just carry Shelby around in a fucking diaper until you're making out for a week. How's that sound? You're pissing on each other.
That was a test. You're not supposed to do that with a baby.
Yeah, but if you want to get a baby, it's the way to do it. What are you waiting for, Fez? I bet you'd be happy with a baby. Yeah. The fuck are you doing, Fezzy? Get a baby.
Yeah, I'm not
Get a
going to pass
foster
a
baby.
background check to get a foster child or adopt a baby.
Please.
Why? What's in your background?
Just all the trips to the mental institution.
They can't hold that against you. Legally,
No.
they can't hold you against.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like going to the hospital. It's like, yeah, I was sick, and now I'm healthy because I went to the hospital.
You went to the fucking hospital for your brain.
Right.
So what?
And now your brain's all good. Good as new.
What are you waiting for?
You could turn on the network and just watch WrestleMania
That
with a
I
little
don't want a baby. That's what
You
I'm
know what
waiting
I would
for.
love? I would just love to hear the 18 seconds of silence of "Can I go to the dance?" And the baby sits there, waits for Dad. Dad, can I go to the dance? Dad, can I get $10? Dad, Dad.
Sure.
Oh, I don't know.
He doesn't answer much. Dad, where do babies come from?
My ass.
What would you honestly say to a kid that asked you that? Would you be able to say we depend on heterosexuals to get those babies here? We ourselves cannot procreate, so we need outside help?
It's true.
Yeah, I would explain where babies came from and that
heterosexual.
my baby was adopted.
Would you say you're in an unnatural family, so
no,
we need to go outside and get a woman to do this? Did you see the girl that grew up? She was raised by two lesbians, and she wrote this scathing report about how children do need a mother and a father.
I read that, and she's only mad at her own dad, so she doesn't want any gay couple to ever have a child. She doesn't even want gay people to be allowed to get married.
Why would she be mad at her own dad if she was raised by two women?
Because her mom and dad split up when she was little. Mm-hmm. The dad took off. She never saw him again.
By the way,
he was never part of her life.
By the way, I believe in that. I believe that if you're going to divorce the woman, you've got to stay away from the kids. Bam. That's it.
Really?
Yeah. It just confuses everything.
Even if they're older?
Yes, no matter what age you are.
So if you get a divorce, your kids are 14, 15.
See, when you're 18.
That's it.
When you're 18, you're ready to make your own decisions. Because it just fucks things up with like, Dad, what was your dad doing? What is it, what's his new girlfriend like? This is a fucking weird thing for kids. So you get out of there. And you go like this. I'm going to still send checks. You send them checks like you do everybody else. Right? It's just money that disappears.
Right.
But you don't go hanging around and taking people to Goonie Golf and, hey, sport, hop in the car.
But what if the mom is kind of loopy and you're like, you know what, I want to take these kids away from, she can't handle these kids by herself.
Oh, then she has to stay away until they're 18. Do you know what I mean?
One or the other.
One or the other. You don't fucking split kids back and forth. You don't do that to them.
That's a strong. I mean, logically, it makes sense. It's just people work on these emotions. That's like what I was talking about. People work on emotions, and it makes things like that so difficult.
Look, this is why it's easy for me to make decisions about other people's life.
Yeah.
Because I can make a quick black and white decision. You don't like my decision, you two stay together the way you fucking said you were going to in the first place.
Right.
Now that you ain't, I'm going to tell you how it's going to be.
Right.
Because it ain't going to be fucking your way anymore. You had a chance. You could have lived like fucking Shelby or Fez. You chose to live like Sam, so you fucked up then.
I'm single or gay? I don't.
No. You could have been a single, childish guy for the rest of your life. No one has a problem with that. Second, you got married to that woman. She says, I'm ready to have a baby. You put a fucking baby in her.
That's it.
Boom. You don't even think about it. And you want to get out? Good. Say goodbye to those kids. See them when they're 18. I'd love to run the family court system. It would be so fucking fast. You know why? I never rethink something I've done. I just do it and move on.
Move forward.
Like Cossacks. You just move it through. You're hitting people with swords. You're lighting fields on fire. And you're going.
But that's how you accomplish things, isn't it? Move forward. Always move forward.
Speed happens. You're not going to love everything I do, but there ain't going to be a line.
Right.
Not in my fucking court. Charlie, what's up, buddy?
Ronnie B, what is Jess even asking Sam for? It's always the woman's business. You just wake up one day and she goes, uh-oh, guess what?
Because I have a feeling you're not even having sex with her.
I'm having sex with her.
Condom sex?
No, not condom sex.
What kind of sex?
Sometimes there's pull-out activity.
By the way, the pull-out method is 100% safe. So you never have to worry about that.
All right, cool. Then.
Yeah. Pre-cum is a myth. So forget about that. You're doing something that's already 100% safe.
So
leave it in. For all you know, it might take her years to get married, to get pregnant.
I mean, I have left it in before.
Yeah.
And it hasn't clicked, so. But I said on the show, too, everything's working fine. I went to the jizz doctor just in case.
Why would you even go to the jizz doctor, a young man like yourself?
Jess asked me to.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's the most emasculating thing I've ever heard in my life.
It is?
Yeah.
Just to make sure your bases are covered?
Why would she worry about it?
She worries a lot.
What do you have, no chest hair? Is that when she's sitting there? She's
no,
looking
I
over?
got a little bit, and that's not very, but like especially like around the nipples.
That's where Italian girls get fucking hair. I've never even known anyone outside of like 70 that their chick would say, go to the fucking jizz doctor.
You got to sometimes.
So she's already thinking your dick's not working, dude. You're so close to getting divorced, I can't even fucking stand it.
That is not a worry. I got paperwork. Paperwork from a doctor. Like Fez is not in mental asylum anymore. I'm not in jizz danger anymore.
You had to come back and hand a paper to your wife that says I'm a man. Do you understand that?
But what did that paper say? That's the point.
Oh my God. This is fucking nightmarish. I don't even know if I can save this marriage. You know what? Is your chick happy that you're running off to 4 days?
I mean, she'd prefer I was at home. You know, no, she's not ecstatic, but she understands it's what I do. But we had a great weekend, by the way. It was a pleasant weekend.
What'd you do?
Fighting.
Golf carts?
No, we didn't do
Why,
golf
there's
carts.
been a lot of fighting with you guys?
Well, yeah, that's what the whole thing was. Because of what I said before about, you know, no, I'm not ready to do that right now. That opened up a whole can of worms.
She's screaming?
There's Ben.
Crying?
Not really crying.
I mean you.
No. I can say matter-of-factly. Not from me.
Did you ask Ope about this?
No.
He'll give you the same advice as me.
You think so?
Just do it. You ever see him when he's talking to his kids? Gets that faraway look like, what the fuck happened? That's the dad look.
Oh.
That's the dad look.
And you said that's part of living, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what this thing is.
You spend, a lot of years going like this. Am I in this family or just bringing home checks?
Mm-hmm.
That's a dad.
But like I said, things are good right now, so. At this moment.
Yeah.
You know.
See, what happens is you get closer with your dad years after you move out of the house.
Yeah.
Like me and my dad talk every week now.
Yeah. I talk to my dad way more often now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said to me just the other day, he goes like this, hey, where did you grow up? And I'm like, with you. You were always at work. But I was there. He goes, oh, yeah. And then he goes like this, so do you have any brothers and sisters? I go, you know I do, Pop. Here's Turtle.
Maha buddies.
Yeah.
Ron, let's review what we know. Sam's been pulling out. He leaves it in from time to time. Jess has sent him to the sperm doctor, and he's come back with whatever results. I would say Jess has been trying to get pregnant for a while, and Sam has failed. Sam is a failure.
It's a little much to say that. I wouldn't call myself a failure.
This is sperm failure. You can go one of those things where they take a fucking pair of tweezers, pick the sperm out, and put it in her.
We're not there yet. You know what I mean? If we got there, so be it. That's life.
You just showed up with an accent I've never heard before. You just said something like, we're not there yet. And I'm like, dude, if that like Kentucky meets Canada, I don't know where that is.
Yeah, that's some of my roots.
It's roots. I watched this program called Ruts. Steve, Tampa Town.
Ronnie B, what's up, man? Hey, let's face it. If you look at Sam, Jess sent him to the jizz doctor because if you look at him, he doesn't look like he has a fucking ounce of testosterone in his body. And hey, listen. Hey, he's got dick problems too. He's got that fucking narrow urethra. He had a dick surgery.
I don't have a narrow urethra.
You couldn't fit a fucking sperm through there. It's your problem.
That's how thin it is.
Aren't they all narrow?
No, I got fat sperms. That's what it is.
You don't want it too narrow, Fez.
Oh.
You don't want it so narrow that it's like a fucking flat hose. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's what Jimmy Kimmel said. He had to get urethra surgery.
Yeah, he said it was awful, too.
I would imagine.
No one ever says it was good.
No.
Best thing ever happened to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's glad he got it done.
Yeah, because could you imagine not being able to piss when you had to?
I'd have to piss so bad.
I would just jab something in my balls to let it out.
Yeah. You'd think the pressure would just get so much it would explode out of somewhere.
Oh, God. I can't stand to think about operations, but operations on the dick, forget about it.
That's the worst. Did you ever have a dick operation, Fez?
Never. I didn't even like the external catheter they put on me during the heart attacks.
You're always going to get a truth bomb with Fezzy, except for he told me for years it was a catheter. And then finally I found out it was a fucking condom. And he would actually...
It wasn't the thing.
He would actually say, oh, this catheter is killing me. And I'm like, don't fucking show me. Keep the cover on you. But now he's like, he calls it an external because he wants to get past the fucking fact of, what exactly happened.
It's just a rubber over his dick.
Yeah, for fucking 4 different operations. I'm like, sorry, dude. It's the worst thing that could happen.
But it's really not.
No, it's a condom.
Yeah, it's nice, actually.
Yeah.
You just put a glove on your dick and then you piss wherever you want to piss.
Yeah, that's what I do when I go to the movies. I don't want to fucking miss anything.
Don't forget to pack my piss condoms.
Hey, Red, what's up?
Oh, well, first of all, I should just say that Sam's voice sounds like a dog scratching his asshole on a carpet.
Okay.
But
I don't know for sure what.
Since we're talking about the advice show, he should talk to DJ Who Kids. I'm sure DJ Who Kids got lots of really good marriage advice for him.
I'm sure kids left babies all over the planet.
Yeah, Who Kids, I mean, he's had kids, but he also has a little bit more of a biased point of view when it comes to monogamy.
Was he leave kids all over the place?
He's claimed 2 children, both by the same woman. Those are the ones he's claimed. He has a lot of promiscuous, unprotected sex, though.
Another word for that is just sex. Fez, you have sex with anybody yet?
No.
What are you waiting
for? Truth bombs.
It's great.
Never been on Tinder, Fez?
No.
You ought to. You ought to try Grindr. I don't even know what... I'm not even going to be fucking comfortable with any of these calls.
Too personal?
Yeah, well, no, it's too much of an attack.
On me?
Yes. Everyone's sitting around thinking it's great that you had to go to a doctor. Reno.
What's up, Ronnie B?
Hey, what do you say, dude?
Hey, man, I think Jess is already pregnant. That's why she's giving Sam so much shit.
Jess would tell me the truth. We have an honest and open relationship. That's where the problem came into play. I was being honest at a moment where, Ron, as you and I just discussed, I should have just realized what the situation was.
Should have went with it.
Yeah.
You got to be supportive.
Just ride the wave.
Yeah.
Say, this is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing, honey. You want it? You got it.
Yeah. Thinking too much.
Yeah. Stinking thinking.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Thinking about Lincoln. You're constantly thinking about drinking. You're thinking about Lincoln. Andrew.
Hey, Ronnie B.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I know why Sam can't get Jess pregnant, because he doesn't eat any meat. He eats like a kid on vacation, chicken fingers and fries.
We're starting to lose track on the conversation, I think, a little bit.
People are going to start thinking that you got a pink dog's dick, and that isn't the situation at all.
I got a good, solid flesh dick.
Did you ever find out who Fezzi wanted to bang from your show?
I want to know so bad. Can you write it down? I won't say anything. I promise I won't tell anybody.
I've already forgotten.
Fez, can you write it down?
Just say it. Just give us another one. Why are you writing it down?
I was going to write it down to you.
Why?
Do they still work here?
No.
Just tell us.
Oh, just tell us then.
It was Derek.
That's so fucking funny.
You jerked to him?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I can't believe it took this. You guys never guessed it?
No, they guessed every name but that.
Well, I didn't even think of that name. We forgot he was the cutest one, I guess.
Yeah, he was, by far. But he was always so surly. He never was in a good mood. You know what I mean?
I never even saw him that much. I just thought he was really cute.
That's what it was, just the aesthetic?
Just physical.
I always just say, fuck this place. Every time I would see him, he was pissed at something.
Absolutely.
That happened.
Absolutely. If he found out that Fez was jerking off to him, he might have felt better about his job.
Why was he in such a bad mood?
He was just always.
What's he do
day.
now?
I think he works at Rockstar still.
Why does everybody go to Rockstar from here?
I mean, that's because the first guy did it, and then the next guy called, and then the next guy, and the next guy. I think Derek still works at Rockstar, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't want it to seem like Opie Radio is AAA for Rockstar.
Yeah.
Move you work at Opie Radio for a couple years, you'll be ready to come over here to Rockstar.
You still jerk off to Derek?
No, I haven't jerked off to Derek. I haven't seen him since he left.
But still,
and
that
then
mental.
He's on Tinder. You on Tinder?
No, I'm not.
What did you think about him doing to you?
Eating your ass?
Just a bunch of different things.
Like what?
Oral.
Just teasing the retard. What you're doing to him right now.
I just want to know.
I know, but
you don't know
I
what
used
sex
to do,
is?
I used to do this to guys in the fucking, before the bell rang, and all the other kids would be laughing. Then what would you do to her?
I just want to know.
I would marry her and pee in her.
I'm just curious because I worked with Derek for so long, and it's just a funny.
There was another guy down the hall too.
Who?
I don't want to say his name because he's still here, but he has zero idea. Fez felt that way. No, wait, I think I did tell him.
He might have found out. Yeah.
He started laughing. He said, "Not even if I was gay."
Did he work? He didn't work for us at all.
No.
Oh, I want to.
First of all, no one works for you guys. They just show up.
That's true. It's very true.
Hey, Jay in Canada.
Hey, boys. I'm just curious, since Jeff made Sam go do a head count, any chance she went to see if she's fertile?
Everything's been checked out. Everybody's all good. Yes, I wouldn't have brought that up if it.
Yeah,
that would have been a really short puzzle to put together.
No rocks in the valley. No rocks in the valley. Everything's good.
Everything's good. That's not the problem. Is with me and.
But she's been thinking about this for a while.
She's been thinking about it forever.
Give her the baby, dude. Stop fucking wasting time.
That's it.
Let's do it. Let's go home and get her pregnant tonight.
Both of us?
No.
Because you said let's.
Well, I'm trying to,
Gotcha. Like a coach.
Cheer you on.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it tonight because I got that trip, but.
But it'll take her a little while. By the time you get back, she'll know.
Oh, okay.
What do you say? You going to do it tonight? Can I put you on the baby count starting right now?
No.
And we'll check every day.
It's just a terrible
We'll just tear fucking numbers off.
Just see me being a broken, beaten person?
No.
No, not yet.
You're going to fucking toughen up and
You're
act
right.
like a fucking man. You're going to give your wife what you signed up for 2.5 years ago.
You're right.
Wasn't about you two sitting around on fucking TV trays, We
don't eat at the table. That's true.
Of course not, because you don't have a baby
There's
yet.
no reason to. Who's counting?
Yeah. Right now, you just got your family, your friends and family.
Yeah.
But can I tell you something else?
Yes.
You don't end up about Fez just thinking about yourself all day either.
No, that's true.
And if Jess leaves you, that's going to be you.
You don't think I'll just start the process over?
I don't see you with another woman.
Fuck.
I don't see that happening. I mean, you made this run at this fucking co-host of yours.
I did. No, I didn't.
What are you doing with a co-host?
What do you
the
mean?
last thing you need.
Just another personality.
You're trying to get the Sam name out there.
Yeah, but it's also good to introduce talented people with you, and it just broadens the spectrum.
Look what happened to me.
No, you're right. I always go, you know what the secret is? Rotating co-hosts. And then one just kind of falls out of rotation, and it's like, okay, it's all good. Nobody's signed up for every show.
Sean.
Hey, Sammy, what kind of protection are y'all using?
What kind of what?
Protection.
You never used any, right?
No, I mean, not at all recently, no. I mean, there's been some pulling out, but that's it.
The old rhythm method, as the Catholics would say.
That's right.
I'm not going to bring up any of the race stuff, none of the Sam stuff. That's mean. We're trying to help right now.
Thank you. Wish people could stay on our vibe.
Here's our buddy Cigars and Scotch. He's always kind.
Yes.
Hey, guys. Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
Have you tried switching up your meds?
What meds? What do you...
I don't know. That advice.
The Advice Show. The Advice Show.
That's another reason why you don't want to sit around and be truthful to the fucking audience.
Right.
And act like, oh, you never want to do the kind of show that says, hey, we always tell you guys the truth. We don't bullshit you. Because that's the biggest lie of all.
Right.
The fucking fact is, you're here to entertain people, not invite them into your life. That's a fucking reality show loser.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Housewives. And then what are they? No one was more fake than a reality show.
Right. You have to skew the story somehow.
Somehow. Give them something besides the truth.
I think a cat would bring you and Justin closer together.
We had a cat.
How'd it work out?
We took it to a lumberyard.
Why?
The Advice Show.
The Always the Vice Show with you, isn't it, Sam?
That's me. It's the only way I know how to do it.
Here's somebody that can help you. It's Janice in Chicago.
Thank God.
We're doing the advice show. Sammy, don't wait. I took so many loads on my tits and ass that now I'm a childless widow at 7, and you don't want to wait.
Do you think about those loads as if they were children? Like they could have been your offspring?
Could have been a million.
No, it's like, oh, damn it.
You could have had the John and Kate plus 8 family with all those titty loads.
But,
by the way, thank you for the Bowie book. No, never send anything again, Janice. It's too much.
Oh, you did get it.
I just got it today.
Oh,
it was all lined up nice here.
Oh, great. Isn't it great?
I ran upstairs. I took Chris Stanley his carton of cigarettes. Chris Stanley's up for a VP position.
What?
Oh,
That's serious?
Yeah.
I thought he was more of like a kind of... I didn't think he was a suit guy.
They came to him with an offer. And after rehab, he's going to take a good long look at it. And the rehab is the rehabilitation. Could be a knee, could be his back, probably drinking and drugs, though.
But we don't know.
We don't know.
We're not saying one way or the other.
We don't know.
That's fair.
I saw that Kardashian husband is trying to check out early.
Well, he's good.
Got it. Clean.
Yeah.
Thank you. Steps. Gotcha.
Understood.
Yeah.
Your rehab reminded me, X-Pac ran into Fez last week outside.
What do you... Fez has never told me a word about this.
I forgot about it because it was a week ago Friday.
Wait, let me get this straight. How many times last week did you say to me, I got nothing?
A lot.
And you were holding an Xbox story.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that great of an Xbox story.
It must have been if you went back to Sam with it.
Yeah, he came in here because he was doing my show.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I just ran into Fez outside. For the first time I've seen him in years. He was bummed out that Fez wasn't doing the gimmick anymore, that he wasn't wearing the hat.
Those guys used to think Fez was so fucking inside. But it would be like any of them, if they ever stopped selling. They never do.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Janice.
Oh, you're welcome. And, it's so... Well, sorry, you don't want to hear that. But
I do. I want to hear whatever.
Well, it's just... I was a letter carrier. Mike was a UPS man. And the package originally got turned around somewhere. And I was just like, I'm going to have to go send it UPS. And Mike's up laughing.
He's laughing in heaven right now. He's still loving it in heaven. Never said anything else, though, Janice. We already love you. Okay?
I don't do it to make you love me. I just...
It's nice, though.
It's
nice. All right, bye. Fez, she send you anything?
I got a bottle of skin cream and some wintergreen gum.
Okay. Why didn't you throw that in? You could have thrown that in after the Xbox story.
And you know what? The skin cream is going to do really well covering up some of those picky patches from the
Let's see
scalp.
your picky patches. Show us your scalp right now.
It's bad on the right-hand side.
I don't see anything.
Can you see it?
No. I don't see nothing there.
Then it's bad on this side.
Nope.
And in the back.
Actually looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Earl's got his job cut out for him. Earl's going to end up with finger aids. Make sure Earl picks up some plastic gloves before he comes in here. Now, this is fucking Fez was at his funniest last night. So we get some prep sent to us by Shelby. And the fact of the matter is, what exactly was the story, Fez?
The story was Jack White and Robert Plant getting together to do a song.
And what song did he put down?
He put down Jack White and Robert Plant do Lemon Tree.
Lemon tree, very pretty, but the lemon not so sweet. Who is that, Trini Lopez?
I think it's Peter, Paul, and Mary, and then Herb Alpert, who was just in here.
I'm going to guess that there was a Trini Lopez of that. Not that anyone wouldn't cover that song when they had the opportunity. Let's listen. There he is.
My father said to me, come here and take a lesson from the lovely lemon tree.
Oh, Jack White's going to kill this.
And Robert Plant.
Holy shit.
Now, here's what kills me about you, Shelby. How many fucking times do you have the gall to sit here and tell us that you're a Led Zeppelin fan?
It was always labeled Lemon Tree in my iPod. It's become second nature at some point.
Yeah, so your point was that you were always wrong.
Yeah. For years.
But you...
I remember what other songs am I wrong about? I'm curious now.
I'm sure all of them. But just at least admit that you're not a Led Zeppelin fan, to make a mistake like that.
I'm the worst Led Zeppelin fan ever.
By the way, if you are a fan with Led Zeppelin, it is very easy not to know the name of the songs because they're ridiculous fucking names. Like Black Dog. Where the fuck would that come in?
I think he whispers it some point in the middle.
I never heard it. It's all news to me. They'll just make up fucking names that have nothing to do with their song.
That's the most embarrassing thing, though, when you've kind of put yourself out there as a fan of something and you call it the name that everybody that's not a fan calls it.
Right.
Like when you call oh yeah, Nirvana, entertain us. No, that's not the name
my
of the song.
favorite song is The Who, Out Here in the Field. That's always a problem when people say Teenage Wasteland is my favorite Who song. Then everybody else is laughs and points. It's like when Fez, what happened with Xbox that you wouldn't give us the fucking true story?
I had just forgot. It happened Friday when I was leaving.
A brush with greatness like that. Let's face it, he's going into the Hall of Fame.
I bet he will next year. I bet you X-Pac will be there next year. And he's the fucking man. He's X-Pac. You know how many people he's been like, suck it to?
Yeah.
Everyone.
Even when I was not down with it, I ended up, with tears in a bucket, and then I had to suck it. Then I'm like, I'm tired of living like this.
Right.
I'm with them now.
Right.
How did you like the other guy who came in from the Generation X? He did our show and he did your show. Your
HBK?
Yeah.
He was good.
He talks in
yeah. He's got that thing. He's always got that.
He's really into Jesus, though, huh?
He's very into Jesus, and Shawn Michaels, and I feel like Shawn Michaels and Hulk Hogan are the two guys that just never stop working.
You don't believe anything that he says?
No. Unfortunately, no.
I would say that I did. By the way, I had a real conversation with him because I talked to him about Jesus, not wrestling. And do you have faith? Are you a person of faith? Great faith?
No.
Yeah, I admire people that are.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of faith, and I think it helps people, and it really is when people legitimately have faith.
But you can't get that, right?
No, no, because I'm sitting there questioning things. I can't put it in the hands of something that. I
would rather, though.
Oh, it'd be great.
I'd rather,
if you could just kind of justify everything and push it off, but I can't get there. I take personal responsibility for everything.
I've never met anyone of faith who didn't feel like they weren't right in the pocket with Jesus, no matter what they were doing. Like, Jesus wants me to make this money,
Yeah. Well, yeah, and there are so many people that are like us that will flat out say, I don't have faith, I don't get it, I can't get there, blah, 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 that when you do, you probably feel like, well, I'm one of the few chosen people that have this faith, and that Jesus is looking out for me, not all these jamokes.
These fucking ham and eggers.
Yeah.
James in Ohio.
Yeah, hey, Ronnie. The legend is, or I think I saw Jimmy Page being interviewed, and Black Dog was a song without a title originally, but somebody brought their dog into the studio with them that day, and it was a black lab. So
here's what I'm saying.
Called it Black Dog.
If that's how serious you're going to take your music, then me too. I don't give a fuck either if you don't.
Right.
That's what I am with that. If you're making it like it don't matter to you, I get it. Why don't you go back to singing about fucking Vikings and flying statues or whatever the hell's going on in those songs?
Yeah.
I come from the land of the ice. No, you don't. Stop it.
What does that even mean? Where does it come from? Is it symbolic of something, or is it just a guy who loves Vikings?
Yeah, they're ripping off Token. They call it Token.
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
That fucking cool thing. But what am I saying? I got a kid on the fucking show who calls him Lemon Tree. Good. They got that fucking going. What's it like to be you, Shelby, when seriously, the only person who even slightly likes you is a prick like me? That has got to be unbelievable.
People don't like Shelby?
No, not anybody that I'm connected with. And I'm always telling them, hey, dude, you got to connect with other people.
Why don't people like him?
He's an awful person. And he doesn't want to be friends with people.
You don't?
I try, but at some point.
You say I'm more comfortable doing things alone.
Yeah.
And that's...
You got to be outgoing. There's too many people here. You got to make friends with everybody.
Yeah,
There's too much stuff going on.
He makes friends with nobody.
You're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Except to have the one guy that likes you reminding you that nobody else likes you.
And I want to be totally honest. I slightly like him because I think he's weird and funny and strange.
Yeah.
But if someone says, does Shelby do a good job? I'd have to go, he just tried to hand in lemon tree. I mean, let's face it. If you were to do, let's suppose you had a host of the show who was just reading shit.
Yeah.
He's got, they did Lemon Tree, the big song by Led Zeppelin. You know what I mean?
You'd sound like such a jerk off if you did that.
You'd be the biggest dick in the world. And that's the kind of shit that they rain on. Not to mention that when he hands things into, say, some of our replays to Opie Radio, it's 7 minutes short, so it fucks up the whole
it does.
thing. And that freaks everybody out and pisses everyone off. And I'm always saying, dude, you can't make mistakes like that. This is why he has meetings with Don.
He does?
One dude, yeah.
Oh.
And I said, no one I've ever worked with has gotten those, here's the letter, follow up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. You should send him to work for one of those shows where it is a host that doesn't think.
Right.
And that you are actually responsible for your prep. Because I think this show, there's only a couple shows where the hosts actually take the prep and then think about it and analyze it and then actually do the work themselves.
There's only a couple shows who even know who their producers are and even give a shit. You know what I mean? They don't give a shit if that producer's there or another guy. As long as someone's there to fucking keep them on the clock and hand them things to read.
That's my favorite thing about listening to Mike Francesa is when he asks his producer a question and he refuses to mic him up. He will not put a producer on mic. He'll just listen to dead air and let them not be on the air.
I do that with a co-host.
Is that what the gig is?
See what I did there, Fez?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, it was.
He's got the wing. Would you say you had the wing?
No.
Why?
Because I don't know what it is. I don't know what you're saying.
You're my wingman.
Oh. Yeah,
you
then I do.
got the wing.
Yeah.
It's too late.
He goes, no.
No.
You're my wingman.
Short answer, no. I thought you would be happy here because Sam's here and it's WrestleMania on Sunday night. You got a hair versus hair. I thought that this would
I
be
feel like I'm on the card.
This would be your time. And yet we don't know who was on the card or what to expect.
What are you looking forward to most?
Celebrities.
What match?
Bray Wyatt Undertaker.
It's gonna be
I think it's going to be the match of the night.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Fez Watley seriously gives you match of the night. I believe we're looking at match of the night honors there.
Yeah.
What's the match that you don't want to see, Fez?
I'm not a fan of the Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Why?
Yeah.
It's everybody who doesn't have a match has been thrown into this thing.
Everybody should work, don't you think?
Let's get all the boys' paychecks.
I'm rooting for that bunny.
You like the, I forgot
crazy.
you're a rabbit fan, a
Yeah.
bunny fan.
I'm a big fan of that fucking dude.
Yeah.
Who's in there?
Well, what the guy who was in there quit the company.
That's a mistake.
So they haven't done
That's a giant
anything with
mistake.
it. Yeah, it was a dude who was in there, and he quit the company, I guess, because he wasn't in the Royal
Hold on,
Rumble.
there,
So.
he's just putting up pictures of Jenny Hutt and Black Girl for no apparent reason. Does Rey Mysterio Jr. ever get to come back now after what happened? Or does that make him persona non grata?
If he wanted to come back, they would let him back.
He's spectacular.
He's spectacular.
I mean, he is unbelievable.
And he brings in too many Hispanic guys for them to say no to. All Hispanic people love Rey Mysterio, and so they're very, very
Is that
conscious
because
of
he's
that.
bowdy and rowdy? I mean, is that what he's bringing to the table right now?
You know, he's been there.
What happened to that dude?
Conan?
Yeah.
That was actually the guy who's shaking the dead wrestler. That's Conan.
Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
Well, he's
Yeah.
put on weight.
Yeah.
Let's go back and see him. That's all you get out of this is Conan's put on weight.
Yeah, see, look.
He's
that's
wearing
it.
you know what? He's wearing a leather vest.
He's still bad about it.
Yeah.
Viva la raza.
I always considered him the Bobby Kelly of wrestling.
Conan?
Yeah, it never caught on.
It's getting there.
I mean, I'm being told we have to break, and I'm not going to any of these things bringing up your your potential pregnancy.
I appreciate that.
So I'm not going to be able to see you on TV Sunday night. Fez, you're coming over for
Yes.
this? This is one of those nights?
I can't say you definitely won't be able to see me on TV. I try to at least walk around a camera or something.
Is my nephew FaceTiming?
Yeah, he'll be FaceTime. It's an extra hour this weekend.
Yeah, but he's not allowed to stay up for all of it.
Well, dude, there's a 2-hour pre-show.
Is that what you're on?
This show goes, pre-show starts at 4, and it goes until 11.
At night?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I think, or maybe 5 to 11, something like that. It's like a 6-hour show.
I always think it's sad that his mother makes him go to bed.
Yeah, that's not
during fucking wrestling.
What time?
Like at 9 o'clock or something like that. And I'm like, why don't you just take off school tomorrow?
That makes sense to me.
I guess there's some kind of new math that they're doing now. Core. You'll learn about this in a couple of years when you're doing core math.
Yeah. And my kids are mad at me because I'm watching wrestling and they're going to bed.
Dude, I'm 2.5 hours at night with Shelby trying to get through algebra with him every single night.
You can't do it for him, Ron.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
And he's just putting pictures of lemon trees out there. Shelby, who's your best friend here? And be honest.
He's writing lemon trees on his notebook.
Yeah.
It's my favorite
Lemon
song.
Who's your best friend here at Sirius? If you're having a bad day, you can go to your friend and say, Ron's a real asshole, and know that that'll be between the two of you.
It's a good question. Maybe Catholic Joe, or I guess you, which that would be weird to say. Ron's being an asshole to Ron.
Catholic Joe's here, what, once a week?
Yeah.
So he's not even a daily guy.
Yeah.
Do you ever go to him and talk like, hey, I'm having trouble at work?
Not really, no.
Catholic Joe will stop by the office, and I've never even seen him say hello to you. He talks to everyone but you.
I can make Adrian be friends with him if you want.
A-Train and you? I love the A-Train.
Yeah. He's just shaping up in a big way.
I know. I like to steal him. When I heard Ope fucking bitching at him one day,
Yeah.
I'm like, to my people, I'm like, keep an eye on the A-Train. If he tries to cut the A-Train loose, grab him if we can get him on waivers. Because that kid's always, he's like, I'm ready to work, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever you need. And like, he'll do my show with me in the morning, then wait all day to do Sam's show with him at night. And that's the kind of guys you want around.
100%.
Yeah.
You want me to make him be your friend?
I'll talk to him.
How's
We'll
A-Train
have
on
some
the board?
discussions.
He's still learning.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. He came in with no experience.
Yeah.
He's 23, but he's learning. He's progressing.
Because I'm thinking about moving him in some board work on the Bennington show.
You think so?
Just because I want him to see something like, hey, A-Train, if Opie keeps saying shit about you, there might be a spot for you down the road.
What does he do for the Bennington show now?
Everything and anything. He killed a guy for me 2 weeks ago.
Good.
No, but he'll go through like your desk and shit and bring me stuff like you're prepping for your show later.
Because I'm listening and I had that lined up for me.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Ah, shit.
That's the kind of like fucking intel that I need.
Yeah.
I'm like, coming up in the next 15 minutes, X-Pac will be here.
I'm always wondering how you always know my themes. Like you're like Strike Force.
That Strike Force fucking show was good.
Thank you.
So you're blaming it on Rick Martel that they broke up.
Oh yeah. I mean, guy's got an ego.
Okay. French guys do that, though. All right, we got a break. Sam, thanks for stopping in today.
Thanks for having me.
I'm
dude.
glad. Well, you won't be here for the head shaving.
No, I'll be traveling back from.
But you will know by the end of the night whether the shave goes down or not.
Oh my god! I'll be the only guy cheering after the show ends.
Yay!
He didn't show.
Where are your seats at?
I don't know yet. I've maybe up in the press box, maybe down on the floor. I don't know. We'll see.
I got lots of friends in San Jose.
Yeah.
La 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 la. Right back, Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez on Raw Dog Comedy Hits, Channel 99.
Yeah, buddies, it's the Ron and Fez show. Lots of stuff up on the iBang today. Hannibal Buress says he's done talking about Bill Cosby. George Carlin's portrait is being hung in the National Portrait Gallery this Friday. And Andrew Dice Clay getting a new series on Showtime called Dice. A lot of stuff has been going down for Dice lately. Here's Andrew in Idaho.
Yeah, hey, how's it going? First, thanks for having me on.
That's my job.
So I've been listening to this show for a while, and I don't know if I'm missing something, but I noticed that like Fez and Shelby, there's a lot of animosity. Where did it all originate? Where does that come from? I'm just struggling.
It's a great question, Shelby. Where did it come from for you?
I guess I probably wasn't doing as good a job as I should have, and then that just snowballed into him just absolutely hating me.
You see it the same way, Fez?
Well, it was the day that Shelby decided to call the booth his board, which he doesn't know how to run.
Never before that.
There was problems back and forth, but never where it's like, where it's like, this kid, I'd like to help him, but he just has a bad attitude. Then from there, it just turned into, I despise this guy.
All right, from the day because you were angry when you said my board, you were giving him some shit.
Yeah.
Do you wish that you could take that back now?
No, I stand by it.
Okay.
Because Fez is really angry. Like there's a lot of anger. It's not just like, oh, you pissed me off once or twice, you know.
But the kid just saying here, if he said like, oh, I stand by it. If he did that, if he said that to me on the Ron and Fez show, I'd be gunning for him. I'd make every day a fucking bad day because he's supposed to work for the show. So the whole point of saying to the host, I stand by it, he didn't say it to me, so he doesn't have heat with me, but he said it to Fez, and so the heat's going to be there every day.
That's the attitude that will never change, and it's the attitude that will get him drummed out of this business and never get another job in it. Like I tried to explain it to him that day.
If you're a football player and you badmouth the coach or general manager, or even, let's say, you're on the Patriots, and you're like, no, Tom Brady is not a leader. They're either going to get rid of you or Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's up to that.
Right. And there's been, just for it being his board and so many fuck-ups since that time, and the cover-ups of trying to blame them on other people or other things, just ridiculous. I just want no part of it. I'm not going to be friends with that guy.
Here's the thing, Shelby, you got to remember in radio. Nothing is more valued than loyalty. Nothing.
I understand that now.
But you even said today... No, I stand by what I said that day.
I felt strongly that day over I wanted to learn. I wanted to show that I knew what I was doing, and I just felt that day that strongly that I really wanted to show.
But
this
you
is
said
what
you
I
still stand by it. It doesn't make sense. If you want to bridge gaps, it just doesn't make sense at all.
And you didn't know what you were doing. That was the worst intern class we ever had.
I forget all that. Who cares? That's all truth bombs. No one gives a shit. The people writing to me about the Mexican wrestler who dies in the ring, that is up on the iBang if you want to see it. There's also another weird video of a llama and a goat just running up to somebody in a business park, which is a strange thing to see. The ISIS has their own propaganda video. And here's one that I like. Larry King's wife says that Piers Morgan is a jerk. Fez, they still haven't dropped this thing between Larry King and Piers Morgan.
No, that feud's going to go on forever.
Why? They're both out of the job.
Yeah, but
it doesn't make sense. You should only feud maybe if you guys are up against each other. Then I get an old-fashioned radio war, but two guys on the beach, why feud?
Because they both feel like they still are up against each other.
But they're not. It doesn't make sense.
It's only important to two people left in the world, that 9 o'clock CNN spot, and that's Larry King and Piers Morgan.
Yes, but neither one of them have it. If you were fighting for the job, I get it. But the fact is, neither of them have it. It doesn't make sense anymore. And yeah, Piers is a jerk. We get that. That's nice for Larry's wife to be there for him like that, though. She's the 8th wife, and finally he's got somebody loyal that cares about him. Tonight is the brand new TV show for the Late Late Show with brand new hosts, Fez. And are you going to watch this one?
Yeah, I'm going to be tuned in to see James Corden take this show over.
Now, James Corden, first guest, and I always think that a first guest is a big important thing in a show. He's playing it safe and easy, Tom Hanks. You're not going to go wrong with Tom Hanks, Fezzy. Yeah, you're also not going to hit a home run.
No, but you've got America. If America sees you being friends with Tom Hanks, and it's like, oh, Tom Hanks likes you, we should like you too.
Tom Hanks has already done every show out there before. And he's friends with every one of those people. Tom Hanks never goes on a show and is not friends with people, right?
Right.
He's professionally and personally a good guy. So you're not sticking out by having Tom Hanks on your show. You don't want to play it safe when it's 12:30. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would have gone in a different direction if I was his producer. First guest, Robert Durst.
Wow.
You got to say, this is not the old show. We're doing something different here.
Well,
Tom Hanks goes on Letterman. Tom Hanks goes on Kimmel. Tom Hanks goes on Fallon. You're not sticking out.
Yeah, I think he was definitely going to safe because Tom Hanks is such a well-rounded guest.
Do you remember the last show that Hanks was on?
I thought...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he does so many of the shows. And he's always so nice. And he comes out and he's nice. And that's what you're going to be getting.
Robert Durst would certainly live up to all of James Corden's producers saying, you never know what's going to happen on the new Late Late Show.
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's been the mantra they've been selling to everybody.
I would have Robert Durst come out there and just like he wouldn't even know that he was on. And then you go like this. Tell me real quick before the show starts. How many did you kill?
Well, James Corden's supposed to have a dressing room cam. So all you have to do is go in there, mic up Robert Durst. And
they got one of those on CBS morning show where they show people now before they go on. They set them in a glass green room. And so and then the person has to wave before they come up.
So that's where the producers got the idea.
Well,
it's all being passed around CBS.
It is a CBS deal. I don't think that you're going to be able to do anything technically that's going to be different from everyone else. You got to do something with your show. Like, what's the one thing that you bring to our show?
Panic.
And we own that, dude. We fucking own it. So some people are going like, what do you think of Ron and Fez? And they're like, is that the show where the guy panics and freaks out and sometimes cries? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, at least I know who they are. At least I know who those fuckers are.
I hope we get a lot of Reggie Watts. They're saying that he's going to have a very strong voice in the show. That's one thing to expect.
Doesn't he already do that on Comedy Bang Bang?
Yeah. And he should be doing it on the new CBS show, too.
I know. Is that new, though?
No. No, he's always been a strong co-host. And then they're going to have everybody on the couch at the same time. So that they're having more conversations and less interviews.
Do they bring them out one at a time? Or everybody's just sitting on the couch?
The way, I won't know till tonight, but the way I have read it is that they all come out together.
So it's a panel show, a la what?
The Graham Norton show?
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher does that. Johnny
Larry
Carson
Wilm.
always had everybody on the couch.
No, always one at a time with Johnny. Never all at the same time. Johnny did not do that kind of panel. It's just that you stayed.
Oh, okay.
And then you were a big star if you needed to leave. Like, Johnny, I can't fucking sit here while this shit just keeps going on. And very rarely did those people even jump in. You'd have to be really funny to be able to jump back in. Normally, a Robert Wagner would just keep moving down the couch. And poor Ed, he used to sit up next to fucking Johnny when it started. By the end of the show, he'd be sitting on like an end table or sometimes even the floor.
There wasn't always enough room on the couch for Ed.
Oh, more people came out. Fez backed me up. He winged me on that when you said there wasn't always enough room. Let's go over to Matt. Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, hey, Ron, going back to Shelby, I think he just never did recover quite from whenever he attacked O&A, calling him that little show. I mean, he never did apologize to the guys for it. So
never apologized to him, and I went out of my way to save him during that one. Never got as much as a thank you, though, did I, Shelby?
No.
How come?
I just probably thought to myself not to bring it up.
Why'd you say little show, though?
I don't know.
Just one of those self-destructive things that you do?
Yep. I have no idea what I was thinking.
What exactly did you say?
Oh, I can't recall exactly, but it was not the right thing to say.
You're kind of Robert Dursty.
Yeah, I see a lot of myself in him. Not just
I see a lot of you in Fez, like the pauses and shit like that. Is that what freaks you out, though, Fez? That, like, you see a young you?
He's definitely not a young me, because I didn't do that when I was younger. I see an older me in him.
Millie Hatchet said Robert Durst used to pick his head when he was asked a difficult question. Anybody in Fez's inner circle go missing. Mikey D. No one's heard from him for a while.
And that's good news.
I'm going to let you talk about whatever you want to, Fez.
I'm not sure what to talk about.
How come? What about that Xbox thing?
That was just a quick meeting on the street where we said hello to each other. He said he was going to do Sam's show. So, and then he went into the building after that. That was all I had.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
There's nothing you want to talk about at all?
Not that I can think of.
I'm surprised. Taylor Swift has bought the domain name Taylor Swift Porn. That's up on the iBank today. She said she will immediately start uploading split beef pics as well as some scat and waterworks. A lot of fun there. The Villanova piccolo player, that's also up on the iBank today, is the saddest little girl in the world. Fezzi even sent in this story himself and still didn't even think of it. Look at her crying as she's playing her piccolo. I know how you feel, honey. I know what it's like when your team that you wanted to keep playing the piccolo for and they don't make it. That happened to me with Brian Piccolo, a guy that I used to room with. And then when I was Rookie of the Year, he wasn't used much. We found out that he had cancer. For some reason, I didn't even bring it up to Dick Buckus. I just started talking to strangers about it. I like this story. Philly and New York have had more March snow than Boston. Now, I will point this out, ladies and gentlemen. I saw a robin yesterday. A robin was there just a day after we had that incredible amount of snow. So the first true day of spring, which is March 21st, I saw a robin. The day before, heavy snow. I'm making a prediction now. You know, I brought this up back on the air earlier in like October. No one believed me, but my dad had seen this caterpillar that had an incredible amount of hair on it, and he said when they were kids, that always meant that we were due for a really, brutal winter. That came true. Now here's my prediction. You see a robin like that, I believe spring and warm weather is not very far away. You heard it here first. Because the robins will leave the south, okay, and fly up north because they know the weather is going to be better. They're basically like old people that way. When you go to Florida, the elderly come down in like December, but around late March, early April, they start to drive back up following the Mets. Trust me on this. Watch for robins. Watch for the elderly to come back up north. Now, you grew up where, Shelby? Portland?
Yeah.
Where do people go to get out of Portland? Is that an Arizona thing?
Yeah, it has to be. But a lot of people go to there. I haven't even heard of people like leaving. It's just weird. You never see, like, I know people go to Florida, really. They go to Oregon.
Yeah, but I'm saying, don't you sometimes want to get out of that weather? You say you get rain every day, right?
Yeah.
And you are right about the fact that Oregon is like the fastest growing state right now.
Yeah.
Portland in particular is the fastest growing town out there. But people do want to retire and get out of there, right? Where do they go?
They probably go to California, like northern, maybe. Because
that's the same weather.
It gets a little warmer for them.
Have you ever been in Northern California?
Yeah.
I was there in fucking July. You can't go anywhere near the ocean. There's this big, beautiful beach that's empty as shit because if you dive into the water, you die. And people are like, be careful. Because I'm walking down the water and people yelled out, be careful. Don't step in it. Like it was fire. And I'm like, you fucking be careful. I'm going to hit the fucking beach. That water was so goddamn cold, it felt like I broke through ice.
They really go to just different parts of Oregon. Like, I know
You're not making sense.
Like, I've driven to other parts where, like, there's a big water park and it's kind of surrounded by sort of desert climate. And then on the way back that day, we're driving through snowy mountains.
Wait a minute.
Like,
there's fucking desert climate in Oregon? This is all news to me. What town is this? What town is this magical Palm Spring type water park? What is it? Made Upville?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was a kid.
It's
but,
Liburg.
Yeah.
Look at Liburg. Is there a desert in Oregon the way you're telling me?
Yes. There's like every climate in Oregon.
This is shocking to me. This is the first time I've ever been lied to like this.
See, that's Oregon right there. There's tons of deserts in Oregon.
Let me see this. I had no idea this. This is stunning to me. Are you sure you just didn't bring up a Nevada picture and show it to me?
No, this is Oregon. Or Oregon, as a lot of people say.
What do you say?
I say Oregon.
And you grew up there, right?
Yeah.
What do the people there say?
They say Oregon. They don't understand like why people are putting this giant emphasis on the E.
Oregon.
Pennsylvania? Is that where you're from? Nobody mistakes any other states. It's ridiculous.
Brian in Locust Valley. Oh, let me try it one more time, dude. Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Yeah.
I just got a question for Fez. He has problems, and he always attacks out and lashes out. Does he think that if he would give Shelby and the other guys, Mikey B, a little sympathy and help them, the listeners might not attack him so much, and he might be a sympathetic figure instead of an asshole who people want to beat up?
In the case of Shelby, I offered friendship, I offered help. Everything was, I got it, I got it, I got it.
Doesn't that sound like eating a sandwich to you, though? Isn't it
no.
the same guy that was there for you a while and then they crack later? Here's Greg in Washington. Greg.
Yeah. On the east side of the Cascade Mountains, we're all high desert climate. It's the same desert that comes up through Oregon, Nevada, Utah. We do have all four seasons. And so we've got a fall, spring, and winter, but it's high desert climate. It's hot in the summer. It's over 100.
This is stunning to me. I just always pictured all of Oregon as a rainforest.
Yeah, I have I had, I guess, a step aunt that had like a ranch down there, and I thought we were just going to be, there's like a lot of forest and a ranch, but then we got there, it's just like we're in the Old West.
What does she have on her ranch? Cattle?
Yeah.
How many?
Tons.
Did you go out and move them?
Yeah. And
did you really?
Yeah, I was terrified because I thought there would be like horses where they could just kick you and your whole spinal cord would be decimated, but no, they're a lot.
You paid too much attention to that Superman thing instead of just going out and having fun. Every kid wants to go out and play cowboy, and you were terrified.
Yeah.
You seriously are, Fez. Jeff.
Hey, Fez. I was just calling to let you know I'm originally from Illinois, and I now live down south, and everybody calls it Illinois. So Oregon's not the only one that gets mispronounced.
Well, now where do you live?
Now I live in Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, or they pronounce it Arkansas, or I should pronounce it Arkansas.
Yeah, thanks. Shane, in Missouri.
Hey guys, how you doing? $1,000,000, Fez. Missouri. There's this battle been going on forever. Can't stand it. It's Missouri.
Now, what do locals say though?
Oh, it's a good half and half. A lot of the Ozark locals are like Missouri, and more of the city ones are Missouri.
Here's Sean. Sean, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, Ronnie, I was on vacation in New Orleans and met some people from Bend, Oregon, and I thought like you that the weather was really dismal and just dreary. But check out pictures of Bend, B-E-N-D. It's beautiful.
Do you know this town, Shelby?
Yeah, it's great. I think it was Sun River used to vacation. That it's like a different climate. Whenever like you turn your head, you see like snowy mountains. You turn your head the other way, you see like desert. It's crazy.
And what is a beautiful place to live and hang out?
Yeah. I'd rather go there than the beaches in Oregon. Those are just freezing. The water's freezing
here?
cold. You cannot.
What do people do in Bend for fun?
They go white water rafting, canoeing, camping. You can do a lot more than just the beach where there's just driftwood everywhere. There's no white sand Oregon beaches.
Yeah, but you got those big fucking clams, right? Big clams, you can pop them right on the beach.
Yeah, but as a kid, you're not really interested in you want to go in the water.
What fucking kid doesn't want a bucket of clams? You make a fucking kid happy, give him a big old bucket of clams and say, here, go ahead and play with these for a while, and then later we'll steam them and eat the hell out of them.
Yeah, well, I always wanted to go to the beach, seeing it on TV, thinking, oh, I'm going to be frolicking in the water, and then it's like below zero, feels like. I'm very disappointed.
Go to Key West. Dive in anytime. Tony in Chicago.
Yeah, I actually read that Arkansas legislated the pronunciation of their name because people would say Arkansas, so it is officially Arkansas.
Yeah, it's not like they can have anybody arrested for saying it the wrong way.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think
I'd love to see some motherfucker in jail because he said Arkansas. And he's like, I'm doing 6 months for this shit? It's too much. Well, you taught us something today, Shelby. The goddamn deserts of Oregon. That don't make sense out of that. I'm reading. Somebody wrote to me, if Shelby is so insistent on the pronunciation of Oregon, how can only be said his way? How does he pronounce the Italian spice that begins with O? Do you know that one?
Oregano.
I say it the same way. Does he say it the same way as you say Oregon, but with the O at the end? I doubt it. So it would be Oregano.
Yeah. That's how if they make it in Oregon, then you have to pronounce it oregano. But if it's, produced outside of the country, then you go the straight oregano.
All right, we've got a couple of comics. They started over at Caroline's. 64. Should I break here before we bring him in? Keep it going. 64 different comics, and we are down to 4 as part of Caroline's March Madness Final Four happening next Wednesday, March 25th. That's this Wednesday, right?
This Wednesday.
This Wednesday, March 25th at 7 p.m., Caroline's Comedy Club. And we've got 2 of the 4, Joe Larson and Andy DeVito. Let's bring them in. 64 comedians start. Only 4 left. And now Joe Larson is here going up against Andy DeVito. This thing started out, guys. You guys did how much time did they give each of the 64 comics?
Starting is a minute.
Hey,
a minute.
I'm sorry to interrupt. The board froze. So, Shelby, I need Anthony on another mic. That one is completely out.
All right, so move it over to that. How did the boards freeze up? Like it did earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Fez. All right, Anthony. Thanks. You got off to an awful start, but you've capped yourself, and that's why you're able to do this. You guys only got to do a minute in the first round?
Just a minute.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
So what do? You do like a straight joke there?
It's kind of anybody's game at a minute.
Yeah.
You know, you do what you want. I screwed around for 30 seconds and then told one joke.
And then we're able... Now, was it one of your jokes, or did you just tell a street joke?
No, I told, of course, one of my jokes.
Okay.
Yeah, you pretty much, you just don't waste time, you know what I mean? Like,
you don't waste time.
Yeah.
I wasted half of my time.
Okay.
Did you really? I don't even remember.
I screwed around. I told, just off the cuff. I basically made jokes about the idea of the contest.
Yeah.
And then I went into one of my jokes.
How does it feel to be a comic and know, okay, I'm going to get some time, I'm going to get some exposure, but I have to compete against guys that I go out to breakfast with? Does that bother you guys, or is it good?
Comedy competitions are the closest to when like you get heckled and somebody's like, "Hey, buddy, tell me a fucking joke."
Right.
It's the closest we ever come to going, "Okay, here's a joke."
I'm going to tell you a joke.
Yeah, because they know the deal. You know what I mean? They're like, we know what's happening. You're going to do this the best you can. You're not going to be like, hey, where are you from? Or this or that. They know exactly what's going to happen.
Go, monkey, go.
So
go, monkey.
That feeling is weird, but like it is nice if you're like on stage with a person you know, because then you just feel like you're putting on a show for people.
Yeah.
It makes it way easier.
Now, you guys have to go up at the same time when you're doing this.
Yeah, that part.
That's weird.
That part is super
that's
weird.
Really
You're
strange.
just sitting on stage for like 10 minutes, and that's weirder than anything else.
Yeah.
One of the weirdest things is because one person goes first, one person goes second, right? So you got to sit on stage, especially if you went first, where you already told all your jokes. Everybody knows you, and then you're just sitting there like a jackass.
You just feel like an idiot.
Well,
you're smiling, you're laughing. Yeah.
I wouldn't sell anybody. I would just sit there and act like, what?
Yeah. Take out a book.
Well, what do you do? Do you laugh or do you? Do you? You don't want to look like an asshole,
right?
Because that's the thing. You don't want to. Yeah, you want to sit there with just like, exactly. It's like,
haven't some heavy hitters won this in the past though?
Yeah.
You know, when you look back, Dan Soder wins
Nate
it.
Bargatze won.
Okay.
Normand won.
Okay, all those guys.
Yeah.
Good fortune has shined on.
Definitely.
So as much as we want to mock out the process, winning the game is not a bad thing.
No, well, and if there's comedy competitions that are inherently unfair because comedy is not something that is
right.
It's
not math.
It's not math.
Right.
Exactly. That being said, when you have to go through 6 rounds, is it?
Sure.
You're going to weed out a lot of the lesser abled.
Yeah.
So the person who comes out on top of this, there is some sort of fairness to that.
Uh-huh.
They've had to show time and time and time again to different audiences and different judges that they are capable of being a very good comedian.
Yeah.
Now, I have judged comedy contests before, and I always will take points off for being a white guy. It's just something that you do. There's another white guy up there, you know.
Luckily, we're all white guys on the stage this time, so we have got.
Because it helps out in every other profession, so it's good that you're doing it in comedy. Everybody else, you got the job.
Yeah.
So,
well, they're still not going to win, but a white guy is still going to win. But it is true, though, as it goes on, it's like if you see 8 white guys, you're like, hey, who's this cute girl? Let's give her a nice thing.
Oh, cool. Another guy who had it all.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Let's give it up for privilege.
Where are you guys both from?
I'm from North Jersey originally.
North Jersey.
Yeah.
So I have my own theory about that.
Okay.
It's one of the best places to grow up in terms of comedy. If you look at people, and here's my theory. First of all, you get the suburban lifestyle that most Americans can understand.
Sure, yeah.
You grow up the same way if you grew up outside of St. Louis or outside of Chicago. But you're close enough to New York and New York clubs, and you get the opportunity. You're a train right away.
Totally.
So if you look at the comedians who came out of either Long Island or North Jersey, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's true.
The ones that came out of the Upper West Side, very small.
Right.
Because like people are like, what are they talking about? What are they?
Right.
What are they bitching
I didn't
about?
read
The
that
A
New
train
Yorker article. Yeah, how
you
weird.
haven't noticed when you get in the A train?
So basically, we're saying if you don't win,
if you don't
I'm
win,
really
you're
bad.
precious.
Yeah, man,
You're awful. What about you, Joe? Where'd you grow up?
From Seattle, Washington.
Okay, see, now that's an interesting thing because that town was ignored until Kurt Cobain.
Sure.
No one knew where Seattle was. Then for, I'd say, 5-6 years, it became the hippest place on the planet. And now you're kind of left to do your own again.
Well, yes and no. I mean, if you want to talk about white privilege, Seattle is the place. You've got Boeing, Starbucks, Amazon. What other companies are out of there? It's just, we build monopolies.
And yet, Joe, you couldn't fit in to any of those spots. You found yourself on stage instead of a nice living the way that was handed to you.
Joe, what happened?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. If you lose tonight, you're a loser. I've already lost.
Here's what I think is going to happen to you, Joe. You're going to have this thing to the end, then you're going to throw a pass instead of running it, and it'll be taken from you. Are you a football fan?
I am a football fan.
Was there any worse moment in your life up to that point? Has anything worse happened to you than the end of that game?
I think it was like my sister dying was like right after that. Maybe maybe it was that pass and then my sister dying. Like it was definitely right up
just
there.
really
close. It was really close. You know?
And at least, normally when you have a death in a family, you get some warning. That pass, I swear to God,
over.
I was 2 beats behind. Like they were jumping up and down, and
Totally.
I'm looking at my TV like the RCA dog, trying to figure out what happened.
I've never been more confused in my life.
Yeah.
To be completely honest. It was incredible. It was incredible to watch. I almost went, but wait, Marshawn Lynch still has the ball, right?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even see the pass.
It was insane. Joe Coy spent $16,000 to take his family to that game. He's a big Seattle fan. And that happened to him. And now the family is not even talking to each other. There's no, it's almost like if you went on family vacation and everyone got raped. You know what I mean? Like, the last thing you want to do is look at each other after that.
Right.
You got raped by some hill people from Boston.
Every time you see an Aruba commercial, you just start crying.
Just don't even
tell them don't even mention the Caribbean to me. Jesus Christ.
The sunshine alone.
Who are the other 2 people still in this?
You got Ryan Beck and Doug Smith.
All right, who's the guy to beat out of the 4 of you? Just be honest.
It's Anthony DeVito.
Is it Anthony DeVito? Is it yours to lose?
I don't think so. I don't know, man.
All 3 of us have gotten together and we said we got to take this guy out before the competition.
Right. I don't know. Everyone is great. At this point, it's anybody's game. I'll say that in all honesty. Everyone is a tremendous comic at this point. But that's the good thing. That is like he was saying. Like once you get, because in a minute, 2 minutes, that's anybody's game. Who knows what you're doing in a minute? You could win. But like you get to 8 minutes, you get to 10 minutes. Like that's when like the real comic comes out.
Well, 1 minute likability plays a lot bigger.
That's huge. Yeah.
And the thing is, how many really good comics are likable? You know what I mean? Like
totally
really good comics.
Oh my God, yeah.
You tend to like in spite of themselves.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, just think if you didn't know him and Attell or Norton or Louis C.K. sat next to you, you're like, I got to get out of here.
On an airplane, you just put your headphones in and go, okay.
I don't want
Hopefully it doesn't say something racist.
I don't want any part of this. So they have to overcome that, and by that time, you're like, wait, this guy is coming from a new, different, interesting point of view.
That's why that 1 minute it was like set up punch, set up punch, set up punch. There is no personality. You just you show your craft.
Yep.
Now you got me thinking, is there a likable comedian?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Brian Regan.
Okay,
Yeah.
everyone
He's
goes
the
back to fucking Brian Regan.
Yeah.
But Can I tell you something? I have known him for decades.
Yeah.
And I carry fucking stories about that guy that I'm not going to share.
Sure, yeah,
but they're
yeah.
going to come out in a book. But
yeah.
he's not the gentle, sweet guy
Right, right.
that all you
Tell
people.
me he's not a Cosby, please.
He is as made up as Larry the Cable Guy. I'll just say that. And I'm saying that with
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that everyone says him first goes to show what a great entertainer that man is.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
That's
yeah,
a good point.
He's fucking Robert Durst. I'll leave it at that. But it is rare
I
to
learned
say
so
that's
much.
that's a sweet. That's a
Yeah.
sweet person.
Yeah.
Like I think even with Jerry, we've come around to being like, well,
Jerry's the even the more you listen to him, the more you're like, this guy's a dick.
Well, it's great. It's interesting because it's like
He's the
all
opposite.
those bits start in anger. You know what I mean?
right.
He's the
They're
most
all
angry comic in the world.
bits that it's like they're just complaints about life's
I'm
nuances.
better than everybody.
Yeah. So like those bits start probably in a fury rage.
Yeah.
And then like, they're worked out into like, Pop-Tarts are weird. But that started with him on his like standing on the table screaming at his wife,
Yeah.
Like
throwing a toaster through a
yeah,
window.
it's like don't hit me with
You
another
son of a bitch.
cinnamon Pop-Tart, Jerry.
He's the snap. He's a snap. Well, he's too successful to snap. But look
Yeah.
at Larry David.
Yeah.
I mean, the things that Larry
Sure.
David says are god awful, and you just want to say, "Calm down." But he's working across the street, and they mob him.
Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
comes out of that place, they mob
Right,
him.
right.
Yeah, well, that's what's interesting.
Yeah.
Being nice isn't interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you're gonna be nice, even if it's a darker bit, like they sometimes they don't mind it with a smile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it works.
All right, let's go with
Oh,
Gaffigan. Nice or a little scary?
That's funny. We were just
I just-
talking about that.
Yeah, I got to work with him a lot in New York around.
Yeah.
I think when I first moved to New York, I was squeaky clean as a comic, and he was working out a special at Broadway, and working there a lot. And so the guy who was booking Broadway, he just would throw me in front of him all the time
Right.
because he's clean. He wants somebody clean in front, that sort of thing. And Gaffigan's got a little bit of a temper in him. He's
Is
one
that
of
right?
the greatest comedians. He is a gentleman.
Yeah,
Off stage,
so nice.
a sweetheart, but man, he's understandable. He's trying to put together a special. People are taping it with their phones.
I can't stand
and
that
he
either.
loses it on him, and
Yeah.
I don't blame him at all. But he definitely has a temper about it.
Well, you know what? He did a movie. It was like a post 9/11 movie where he played a really nice guy who snapped and did something violent.
Yeah.
And I went, that's fucking him.
yeah, right,
That's
right,
the
right, right.
dude.
Totally.
Yeah.
You don't keep having kids over and over unless you're looking for some kind of perfection that cannot be found. Let's do it again.
And another one.
Anthony DeVito and Joe Larson are in the studio with us. They are competing this Wednesday at the Caroline's Comedy Madness Final Four. That's this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Caroline's on Broadway. They're going up against each other.
Oh, jeez.
The winner to face off against the winner of Doug Smith versus Ryan Beck.
Let's face it, whoever wins this breezes through. Breezes
Piece of cake.
through.
Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Those hacks? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Joe's already in Anthony's head a little bit by giving him like this is Anthony's to win.
You guys are
Oh
crazy.
yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'll probably shit my pants on stage.
I'm going first. I'm just gonna fuck with him the whole time while I'm back there. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna do my set, and then I'm gonna bring a sleeping bag and just sleep.
You should
on
just
stage.
show me pictures of your kids.
Just the whole
and just be
time.
like, this is the money you're taking away
Yeah,
from me.
exactly.
You have children?
Just a big
You win.
slideshow. I got two.
Yeah.
I got a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old.
They're at the worst age now.
I know.
It's just
I know.
that's
yeah.
just the worst possible age.
Just appreciate the choir.
Dude, tell them what your daughter said.
Just yesterday, my 3-year-old looked at me and went, "Stay out of my room." 3. She's 3.
Early, it seems
It's
like.
incredibly early. Like Anthony was saying, I'm hoping.
Anthony's like, that's a little early.
Yeah.
It's way
I'm
early.
just hoping that she gets her teen years out of the way, like right now, when I
Yeah.
can still control her. Like get the teen years out until 5 years old, and then we're good.
I never went into my kids' room. I figure whatever they want to keep in there, that's theirs. I want to be as shocked as anyone when the police show up. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Any parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really did think that kids need some kind of space of their own. I mean,
Yeah.
that whole none of them signed up to be in it.
No.
And then
Right.
everyone acts like it's so great to be. I gave you life. I brought you in.
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
did for
not a
this.
positive.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
dad always gives me that shit. He's always like, I fed you. I put a roof over your head. I'm like, that's the only thing. You have to do those or I get taken away.
Right.
The government doesn't
Yeah.
allow you to have me if you don't do those. You can't hold that over me.
You're
That's
not
the
a good.
bare
Yeah,
minimum.
that's the minimum.
You didn't pull out. Now you have to do that.
Yeah.
I tell you, I can't prove it, but I honestly think that I had to be way happier before I was born. I mean,
Sure.
just neck
Yeah.
alone, just how your spine must feel fantastic
Oh,
before
yeah.
you exist.
Amniotic fluid. Just
Yeah.
Seems like a great time in there.
Yeah.
It really does.
No, I mean even before.
Even before that?
Oh,
yeah,
you
even
think
the
that's like it
womb
just
felt
like-
a little claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I was just floating, I guess, and just non-existence. Seems wonderful.
Awesome.
I just think that life just gets shittier the further you go along. I mean, you look at a baby too. It's the greatest time of your life. Imagine if I think that's why you don't remember being a baby either, because it's so great that you would just be depressed all of the time. I cry and then somebody shoves a tit in my mouth and I have to suck on it, which provides me all of my favorite foods until I'm done, and then I just go to sleep. It's the great. If you told me that I got to do that as a ride, I'd be like, yeah, sign me up.
I wish we could remember.
Ride, baby, the ride. That's a great.
Exactly.
God, Six Flags. They got it. Just oh my God.
Shit yourself. They clean it. It's
Unbelievable.
fantastic.
Yeah, you poop yourself. Somebody cleans it up. You don't even get in trouble. Man,
You're pissing while they're cleaning you up.
totally. Just
and
do
they're not even
whatever
mad.
you want.
Yeah. God damn, that's amazing.
Here's I remember a wonderful feeling, and it's like you're too old to be carried, but you fell asleep in the car, and you feel your dad pick you up and start to carry you, and you could wake up and start walking, but you don't.
Yeah, right. You're like,
that
no,
is
you got
like
me.
the last great feeling that a person can have.
I had that happen on the subway just the other week. Not as comfortable. Not as comfortable. Who's carrying me? Oh, well, I'll just go with it.
My dad loves the A train. I don't have to tell you.
3 and 6 months.
Yeah.
And Anthony, you're just putting all that off. I imagine.
Yeah, I'm putting that off as long as I could. My girlfriend's 24, so
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah, I did that on
8
purpose.
years older than me, so I went the wrong direction.
No, see, I just had this discussion with Sam from Owen J's show, and Sam's wife said, "I'm ready to have a baby," and he said, "I'm not yet," and she freaked out. And I'm like, that goes against everything that you're supposed to do. If you're a pro-choice person,
Right.
when she comes out, if you're going to get married and she says, "I'm ready," you got to jump in. Because why be married if it's not for family?
Well, we got married. Yeah, I've always kind of felt that way. We decided to have a kid, got pregnant, and then we're like, okay, well, let's sign a contract. Basically, we're going into we're making a human. We should probably sign a contract around it. It's responsible.
Yeah.
But we were together for 8 years before we had a kid. It's ridiculous.
Now, here's the thing. This is why, and I'm worried about you, Anthony, in this thing.
Okay.
You look like a comic. That's great. Joe looks like a World War II fighter pilot. And I really
You look like,
seriously...
Joe looks like Unbroken. I look like I'm on the other side.
You look like, if we're going to put you anywhere, you were like in The Goodbye Girl with Richard Dreyfuss. You have that 1979 New York look.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But Joe looks like, we're going to go off and we're going to knock those Nazis down.
Man, I actually fought. I fought the Nazis once. I was at a bar in Seattle, and it was frozen out. There was an ice storm, so nobody could go anywhere. There was only 8 people in the bar, and 4 of them were skinheads. And my buddy kept yelling about their musical choices.
Yeah.
And so one of them comes over. He's like, "We got a fucking problem here." And I'm like, no, man, we're cool. And my buddy was like, "Yeah, your music sucks." And the guy just jumps over me and punches my buddy in the face. So I grab hold of him and just run him into the bar. We ended up kicking him out of the bar. So I always tell people I fought the Nazis.
You fought the Nazis.
I fought the Nazis. One of them had a tattoo that said Hitler on the back of his head.
Jesus. It's so funny because that's probably the last thing skinheads get yelled at for their choices.
Yeah.
It's their musical choices.
But he is right. Their music
It's so
blows.
funny to be like, usually that's our opinion of blacks, but all right.
It's always like, you're like, anything else?
Yeah, why do you got to do that? You're already unlikable as it is. You really got to translate into music. Yeah.
Moshing and shit.
Maniacs.
See, here's the weird thing, though.
Yeah.
Look at the OG Nazis. Attractive guys, great look.
Yeah, sure.
They weren't fat skinheads with tattoos. These were disciplined guys.
They were trying to make a bunch of models.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what they have now. They fell off so far.
Yeah, they really. I mean, Hitler wouldn't recognize that.
I always find the tattoos to be funny because the one thing that white supremacists really are proud of is their skin color. So to
That's
change
a great
it with all
point.
those
Yeah.
tattoos, I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, aren't you trying to showcase that? Why are you covering it up?
Just be like maybe like no tanning, a lot of sunscreen. You know,
you want to keep it pristine.
Why so much blue?
Yeah.
That's crazy. No one has ever said that, but that's true.
That's a
the
great
people
idea, man.
who admire their skin more than anyone else now have neck tats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They've covered most of it.
I did a show. This was like a couple months ago. I was in Buffalo, so I had nowhere to. I was just featuring, so I had nowhere to sleep when I got there. So I ended up sleeping at the host's ex-roommate's place. So she's a waitress. She's like, "I'll let you in. Go to sleep. I'll be home in the morning." I get woken up hours later. Guy covered, face tattoos, knife on his face, the whole thing. He just goes, "I'm a skinhead. I just got out of prison. You're on my couch."
Holy shit!
And, like, you like first wake up,
right?
And you're like, "Oh, it's a little early for a skinhead alarm clock." So then I come to and I'm like, "All right, man, whatever. I'll just go sleep in my car." And then he goes, "No, man, I'm just fucking around. I heard you're a comedian." And it's like, yeah, have you seen comedy, man? It's not just terrifying people. Like, what? So then this was the best. We get to drinking and because I'm up now. I'm not going back to bed.
Oh,
Jesus
sorry, I thought
Christ!
this was the morning.
This is 6 in the morning in Buffalo. I'm just getting drunk with this skinhead. So now we're getting drunk, and he's getting drunk, and he's just like a normal guy at this point. Beside, whatever the rest of it, he's telling me about his relationship problems, and I never thought I'd ever be bored talking to a skinhead. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know, go on, whatever.
It
Unbelievable.
The opposite way.
Yeah.
Like most people get drunk and they're like, oh, it turns out that guy's a racist.
Yeah.
This guy's like, I'm racist. He gets drunk. Turns out that guy's a nice guy.
Guy's like a sweetheart, he's just got some problems. Yeah. Unreal.
Dad wasn't around enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so funny because we don't want to hear about anyone. We want to talk about something. Sports, music, movies.
Right. Yeah.
But if someone goes, I'm going through this thing, it's already a turnoff.
Yeah.
Talk externally.
Yep, totally.
Yeah.
Like, Fez, you think that your stuff, you have suicidal thoughts and gay and can't find any, and all that would be interesting. And it's not.
No, it's just run of the mill.
I'd rather talk about Tarantino. I'd rather rank Tarantino films than sit and talk about anyone.
It's so true.
Yeah. I think I'm with you. Speaking of Nazis. I mean, come on, Inglourious Basterds, greatest Tarantino film.
Yeah.
Really, you're picking it over Pulp Fiction?
No, it's not over Pulp Fiction, and it's not over.
You know who picked it as the greatest Tarantino film?
Who?
Tarantino.
Are you kidding?
He goes, "This one is what they're going to remember me for."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Man, I don't know why.
I think it was the most commercially
it was the big,
successful, but at the same
Inglourious
time,
Basterds.
Inglourious Basterds. But I feel like also though it wasn't the most interesting. It was like, okay, this is obviously a fantasy world, and we're going to play it out. Great. But you watch Pulp Fiction, you watch, what was the one? Mr. Pink, Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
You watch Reservoir Dogs, you're like, this is crazy. I couldn't imagine this. You look at the dialogue, and then you're just, this is brilliant.
It was shocking.
It was shocking, and that's what people remember. I mean, a hit is a hit, and whatever. But that's, we've heard of one-hit wonders all the times. But those two films, man, they're so powerful.
Tarantino came in here to talk about Inglourious Basterds, right? And while he's talking, and he's just very much Tarantino. He's going everywhere. I looked down at these shoes, and he had these shoes on, and on the side of the shoes, he had written in his own, in ink, "Kill Bill." He just wrote "Kill Bill" as he was, I don't know, sitting on the subway, I thought it was the coolest thing. I'm just like, he loves being Tarantino.
Yeah,
that's great.
Man, that's awesome.
It'd be like you guys just sitting around and thinking about your material.
Yeah, he must just pass by a mirror and go crazy. That's great.
Oh, God, he's the opposite of stand-up comics.
No. He probably, if he sat around and started talking about his favorite movies, he'd probably 5 or 6 of them would be his. I got to put Jackie Brown up there.
I wish.
Mm-hmm. We got to take a break here. Can you guys hang out a little bit, or you got to go?
Nowhere to be.
All right, we'll be right back. Fez, do the plug things.
We are down to the final four at Caroline's Comedy Madness.
That came fast too.
Yeah, that was a quick tournament. So the
what
final
was it?
Tournament.
Okay.
The Final Four happens Wednesday, this Wednesday, March 25th, 7 p.m. at Caroline's on Broadway. We got Joe Larson here, Anthony DeVito. They're going to be facing each other one set away from the finals. Winner takes on Doug Smith versus Ryan Beck, the winner of that one.
That's going to be a walk. I mean, this is basically it right here. This is like the NBA West, okay? It doesn't matter this year who wins the East.
I can't wait to be listening Wednesday when he says the same thing.
I had the Hawks and Raptors on a couple of days ago. No talent there whatsoever.
Go to carolines.com for tickets for this Wednesday's matchups.
We'll be right back. It's Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez on Raw Dog Comedy Hits, Channel 99.
It's the Ron and Fez show. And Fez, it's all going down at Caroline's.
Caroline's on Wednesday. It's the Final Four of Caroline's Comedy Madness. That's this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Caroline's on Broadway, New York City. Joe Larson and Anthony DeVito are here. They are facing each other in the first matchup of the Final Four.
It's grunge rock versus the Sopranos. It's all on the line.
Oddly enough, both people kill themselves.
Yeah, isn't that at the end of it? It all looks the same way.
We're gonna right before they call who wins, both of us pull out shotguns. End it all.
And then whoever wins this is probably just going to just walk through the other two guys like there's no tomorrow. Joe, you were saying that you have a CD.
Yeah, I made a CD in Denver last year called Debut Album Greatest Hits, and I give it away. Thank you. Yeah. That's about. You'd be surprised how many people explain the joke to me after shows.
Yeah,
you get it because it's your first one, but it's. Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
I know why I did that.
I got it. Yeah. You know I made it. Right? You're not allowed to have one. But you can get it for free if you text funny to 66866. Funny to 66866, or if you just go to my website, there's a thing on the front page and you can get it for free on the website. It's JoeLarsonComedy.com.
JoeLarsonComedy.com. Make sure, Fezzy, we tweet that.
We will tweet away.
Because we'll Snapchat it, we'll Instagram it.
Nice.
What else is out there? There's MySpace, there's Friendster. Yeah. I can't keep up.
Signals.
It's so much social media. That's why I feel sorry for comics now, because you have to do so much.
Full-time job.
I had a comedy club in Florida years ago. I put up the word comedy, and there was a line out front. Right. I'm like, well, that's it. Yeah. I've done the marketing.
Yeah.
People are like, here in our town, this is wonderful, just like on TV. And now you have to do so much.
Yeah.
Well, part of the problem was so many people. There was so much demand for comedy that crappy comics got through, and now people hear comedy, they go, "Ugh, no, thank you." Ugh.
But see, I want to do something here, and I was talking. I'd rather promote people that aren't getting promoted anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like that aren't seen on Comedy Central. Push all the rest of those guys into another station, and then I'll have an entire generation of comics that will have to say, "Well, I want to thank Ron for that."
Well,
that's all I want.
Yes. Well, I'm already going to start. I'm going to have to thank Ron for getting me to the final
Yeah, you're doing it now.
Years later, because you'll see somebody and they'll like, well, I want to thank Bud Friedman, and you're like, that's the fucking dude to be in life.
Yeah.
Someone remembers something 30 years after the fact.
Right.
That he gave you stage time for free.
Yeah.
And you're like, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll put it in my Google Calendar for 30 years out. Thank Ron.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't take you 30.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? I'm hoping 5.
Yeah, okay.
If I'm going to be totally
I was just going with your number. You said 30, so I was just going with your number. But you let me know.
But then you'll still remember after you've got, a large film career behind you. Did anybody know, speaking of film career, this Cobbler movie, that Adam Sandler that just almost went straight to video? Has anyone seen it?
I have not seen the shoemaking movie.
I saw the promo for it yesterday because I was just scrolling through like iTunes.
Yeah.
And the first half of the promo was like, okay, kind of interesting. New York cobbler. Okay. That's like a weird profession.
Right.
It's sort of like it's dying. It's a dying profession. It's a New York institution. This might be interesting if it's sort of about that. And then it's like he puts on shoes and becomes people. And I'm like, all right, you lost me. I'm sorry. This went from interesting to fucking ridiculous in a heartbeat.
That's something you would take if, like, you were a comic and it was the first movie you were ever offered.
Right,
Yes. But when you have a career like Sandler, you would be
yeah.
like, look, I've done a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I don't want to play a cobbler who turns into people.
Totally. I got to
Did
do
he
the
get
cobblers.
divorced?
Like,
Yeah.
He must have
doesn't.
gotten divorced.
Yeah, right.
That
Yeah.
seems like one of those divorce. Well, I got to make some goddamn money because I lost the house.
Yeah.
What is it, a cobbler? Fine. All right, man.
It's Quantum Leap in the shoe department.
Boy,
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
you just ate yourself by remembering Quantum Leap.
What is
Every
that?
week he's leaping into another body to solve their problems.
Now Sandler's doing it as he leaps into other people's shoes.
Yeah. Well, I would hope to leap into another career, honestly.
I think he's got enough money
Yeah.
that he could actually build a house out of money. Like he could just build a house out of stacks of money.
Yeah, and it'd be structurally sound. Like, it'd be fine. It'd be a good house, you know? You don't even have to worry. It's a dense amount.
It's going to pass any test.
Yeah.
When the county comes in to take a look at it.
Be like, this is better than poured concrete. That's amazing. How'd you do this? You don't need the cobbler, man.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Is there a career that you guys look at and you're like, that's the perfect career? That's the one to have.
I actually think Gaffigan's for me is perfect, just because like he's got he's touring theaters. He's great. He does a little bit of movies here and there, whatever he's been in, and then he has a family. That's perfect. That's what I want. I think I might have just described Joe's career, like outside of the other stuff. I just want Joe's career. What the hell am I talking about?
You're talking yourself out of this way. You're getting your own
Jesus,
head.
how am I going to go up against him? I want his career. What the fuck?
I have to kill the things I love. I guess that's what it is. Brian Regan's, because he gets to do stand-up and then apparently murder people off to the side like Dexter.
He didn't. He's just not as sweet. He's not as lovely, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing.
No.
But the thing that I love about Regan is that he's playing Radio City. How? He doesn't have a TV show. He doesn't have a movie.
That's amazing.
He's not getting. I haven't seen a special on in a while.
Right.
How are they hearing this?
That's how much people love his stuff. How much it resonates with people.
That's such a cool thing. And he's not a Twitter personality. You know what I mean? He did it all through just stand up.
Just great
so
at what
cool.
he does.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's absolutely amazing.
All right, I'm going to tell this on the air here, but I'll tell it to you guys. So the first time that he started in Fort Lauderdale, the first time he went on the road across the state was to play a club that I was working at. He came in, he had 18 minutes. 17 minutes ended up on TV. You know what I mean? Like, he came out writing the same stuff that when they gave him TV later,
it was already there.
It was ready there. He was just really working.
Wow, that's amazing.
And somehow he did it sleeping 16, 17 hours a day. He would just sleep around the clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the secret.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Plenty
the
of
key.
rest.
Just plenty of rest.
Yeah. So do you still work clean?
Relatively.
Yeah.
Relatively. I mean, I'm not a dirty person as it stands, but I don't censor myself as I did. I grew up my dad's a comedian.
Yeah.
So, and he's well known around Seattle, and he's a clean comedian. And so when I first started, I kind of felt a pressure to be clean. And moving to New York, those reins were let go. And so, although I'm not a filthy comedian, I'm definitely not a squeaky clean comic anymore.
The only place that you leave yourself is racist stuff. You can just be as racist as you possibly want.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's not against the Jews, because I'm fighting on their side. But I'll tell you, those Asians.
So you're second generation.
Second generation, yeah.
Yeah. That's is that weird that you and your dad will sit and talk hunks, or you know?
Well, I mean, I grew up around comedy. You know, we would go on the road with him. We'd come down like in the hotel lobby. I mean, you're a comic, you know. Yeah. There's a lot of like hotel bars that do comedy shows, and we'd stay in the hotel and put on our footy PJs. And before we went to sleep, we'd go down and look through the bar and watch Dad do stand up. You know, so. It's not weird because it was just normal. You know, it's been my whole life.
Right.
So it wasn't weird until I grew up and met people that didn't have that.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So that was when it became like, oh, this might be different.
So that's why you had like no fear about having kids yourself with this. You're like, this is what people do.
Well, no, I actually had a lot because I also realized the things that we didn't get. You know, that my dad tried to talk me out of stand up for 2 years because you, as he says, you know, you don't get to go to birthday parties. You miss holidays, you miss weekends. Whenever any normal person's doing something, you're not there because you're entertaining other normal people.
Right.
And so, he missed all of our games and our things like that growing up, and we were on the road and there was always instability, and so there was all of that. So when I did decide to have kids, it was a concern and a big consideration. I mean, luckily my wife's a doctor, so that takes
that's always good.
Yeah, exactly. It takes some of the stability issue off the table, but it definitely was a big consideration.
Yeah.
You know, I got to be very, we were just talking about this. He was talking about, what are you doing tonight? And I said, nothing. There wasn't a great show to do because unless it's worthwhile my time, I should be home helping my wife, helping with the kids. You know, we got a 6-month-old. If I go out for 3 people, there's no reason for that. So it definitely changes the priorities.
What kind of doctor is your wife?
She's a GP who specializes in PCOS and Hashimoto's.
Yeah. So anytime you feel like a little sick, she's on you like a heartbeat.
No.
Because I stay away from doctors as much as I can.
Well, she's also one of those people who's like, you're going to be fine. Unless you're not fine, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason to go to a doctor for a hangnail or a cold or a flu. Yeah. You're going to be, you have an immune system, use it, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So if I ask her what's wrong, she tells me all the wrong stuff.
So the thing is, before you go to a doctor, you got to be spitting blood. You basically are spitting blood before you go.
Yeah, well, be preventative.
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot, you know, eat right, exercise, don't drink too much, that sort of stuff. And then, I mean, if you're get checked up every once in a while, this has turned into a PSA. But yeah, you're totally right. I mean, like, people go to the doctor for all the wrong reasons. I think that's part of the reason healthcare is such a big issue in this country is like people go for a stain on their shirt and it's like, well, you didn't need to spend that kind of money. You know, we don't need it for a cold. You don't need antibiotics for every sniffle.
I can't believe how many men that I meet that are overly paranoid about their health all the time and bringing it up and talking about it. I'm just like, ride this shit out.
Right.
You know?
I kind of feel like being in New York City is the greatest vaccination ever because you touch everything and everyone.
Right.
Ebola didn't even last on the subway. That's how badass our system is. That did run the subway. No one else got sick.
The subway killed the Ebola.
Yes. We shouldn't even be sending doctors over there. We should just send the F train, let people go in there and they get the flu.
Out of all the trains, it would be the F. It would definitely be the F. But Fez, you're one of those guys that you put that stuff on your hands and you're always like lacquering up to kill the germs.
Yeah,
but you need germs.
Purell and everything else.
But you need the germs to defeat.
If you're going to live in an environment, the easiest way to inoculate yourself from it is to exist within it. Right? So you're going to live around all these germs. You're either going to kill them off as often as you can, and when they get through, you get sick. Or you get sick up front, and you go, okay, now I got antibodies to that. And this is so pseudoscience. I'm completely out of my ass.
At the end of it, that's so funny. You got to be proactive.
I'm going to get a bunch of tweets.
You got to do a little bit of coke. Just enough that you won't become addicted. Now,
the AMA is going to show up at my door with a shotgun.
Well,
what did you do?
I feel bad because I am going to the doctor today for a hangnail.
But here's the deal. Guess the number of heart attacks Fez has had just by looking at him. Just take a guess.
Oh, I see one scar right here. So I think we had some sort of, you cleaned out your artery there, right?
No.
That was for neck.
That was neck surgery.
That was neck surgery. Okay.
They went in through the front.
Oh, you had a disc?
Yeah.
Blown disc? Wow, that's a brutal
Were you
surgery.
surprised that you could see your scar from there?
Yeah, because I've had people say, oh, I can hardly notice that, and I know it's noticeable.
They're trying to fuck you. And I'm going to guess 2. 2 heart attacks.
Anthony,
I say none. I don't know. You see,
you're going to go higher or lower?
No, I'm
higher.
going to go 0.
Higher.
You want me to go higher? You don't seem like a
How
guy
many have you had, Fez?
who's terribly out of shape. You know,
I've had 4 heart attacks.
Well, after the 4th heart attack got him into shape. That was.
Oh, that's when it snapped.
The 4th was the wake up call.
Right. Wow.
And how many stents are in your heart, Fez?
Do they want to guess?
Yeah, we want to guess
let's go
stents.
with, Okay, I'm going to go at least 2 per heart attack.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with. I'm going to go range. 8 to 11.
Okay, 8 to 11.
I'll go 12.
Okay. Fezzy?
I have 10 stents.
Oh, man.
Right on the nail. I was going to... Okay, all right.
You
Wow,
won
that's
that
pretty-
contest.
Yeah, that one.
You won.
You can
You
go
won
home.
that. How many
Don't even
heart
show up
attacks has
Wednesday.
Fez had?
It seems to be a trend here right now. That he's got momentum.
I am crushing this.
Yeah. Hey, does it matter which one of you guys goes up first?
Well, I'm going up first.
Oh,
first is harder.
Yeah, definitely harder.
Because
yeah.
you can't play off what the other comedian did.
Right.
Also, since we're the first people going up, it's the host and then it's me.
Yeah,
So
they're not like totally.
they're not
ready.
totally warm.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I'm the opener for the show.
Right.
So I got to really get in his head by Wednesday.
Good. You can do it. You can
Call me
stay
a
with
bunch
him.
at midnight. Yeah. You've gone up first like a lot in this, right?
Well, the way the bracket worked, I was first. Or last, which are the 2 worst places to be.
Yeah, that's the worst. Man.
So I've been first against a lot of people, and I've been very last, and first up, and I've been very last on the list against.
They've seen like a whole show at that point.
Yeah, they're tired, and they're
What do we win for winning March Madness at Caroline's? What's the big deal here?
I think we get on your show.
Okay, that's true. But you're holding the belt. You're holding the strap. As we say, a lot of good names there.
Yeah.
I think more than anything, Caroline's is excited about you. They use you more. Momentum's momentum. You move around a little bit more. People get excited about you. Your name gets out there.
What clubs you guys normally work out of?
Stand up New York and Eastville.
Yeah.
The main ones I work at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Caroline's, Greenwich, and Gotham mostly. Or since we're doing this for Caroline's, mostly Caroline's.
Mostly Caroline's now.
Caroline's now. Yeah.
Caroline's from this point on.
Now Caroline's.
all those other crappy clubs.
I don't even think about Caroline's as a club, more of an institution. So that's why when you asked.
When I think comedy, I think Caroline's. So it's really just,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is Lewis listening?
And she'll probably be here that night. Like
First,
she
you
likes
think,
to come in for the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she likes to come in when there's a prize to give out.
That's exciting.
Now Caroline will present the winner. Yeah. It's always a reason for her to come. Let me cut the ribbon for everything.
Goes back to bed.
Go home and collect my checks.
Does you wish there was more stuff we could guess about you? Number of appendicitis?
No, I'm just because I'm afraid it's going to be to go down to guess your weight.
Are you really going back to the doctor today?
Yeah.
For what this time?
I have to get that toe taken care of.
So it is a hangnail.
Oh yeah, there's the
Ingrown
diabetes toe.
Yeah, the diabetic toe.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
4 heart attacks, 10 stints,
9 toes.
9 toes. Blown disc. You're like the $8 million man. Just.
Yeah, there's a lot of artificial stuff in me.
Yeah.
What's in the neck?
Oh, well, that's actually me because they took part of my bone from my hip to make a new disc with.
That's an incredible surgery. Absolutely amazing.
Isn't that crazy? They take other parts of you to help you.
But you hear something crazy though. A friend of mine just had his toe cut off, and they grew his skin in a fucking petri dish, and then put it back on. So yeah, they grew his skin. They didn't take skin off his ass to do this.
Yeah,
they grew it. We're in that fucking age now.
Right. It's at a point, where it's like science fiction stuff where you're just like, all right, I guess that can be possible, sure.
We probably should let kids smoke cigarettes because by the time they get older, they're going to get lungs.
Totally.
Better lungs than they've ever had.
Yeah.
So I take back everything I said, kids.
Yeah.
Just,
You're fine.
Yeah.
Eat that dirt.
Yeah. We've reached a point where, science is like trumped health, so now you could do whatever you want. Yeah.
Although everybody's worried about singularity, like we like the machines taking over the earth.
Yeah.
But every time I sit down in a public toilet, it doesn't flush when I want it to flush, or it flushes immediately.
Sure.
If you can't figure that out, I'm not worried about robots.
You're not going to get in a self-driving car too soon when they can't work out the fucking toilets.
I can't get a water fountain to turn on when I want it to turn on.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping I'm here for when the robots take over, so I could scream "I told you" at everyone else.
Oh yeah,
because
you're a robot guy.
This has been in science fiction since before we even had machines. Right away before, like we had pulleys, and fucking Jules Verne was like, "Do not trust the fucking robots." And they're like, "What robots?" He goes, "They're coming. Don't worry. And they're going to get us." And the Japanese, they just keep making new robots. Like, isn't this cute?
Right. Yeah, I think they're in on it.
Yeah,
I think the Japanese are in on it.
Listen, robots.
Yeah, they made a pact in the 50s with something, and they have this deal going.
And you guys thought I was the racist. This guy over here. Come on.
I don't even know that's racist. That's forward thinking.
It really
that they're able to talk to robots. I think that's a pro-Japanese comment.
You know what?
They're that smart.
I'm going to see you as a concerned citizen, the way Fox News would.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to just say this isn't racism.
I'm running in 2016 on this platform. And whatever.
Right? You and Cruz.
Yeah.
Cruz is first in, right? First in? All right, he's got it then. No one, I don't think anybody else is going in. Now that he's there first. The last thing I plan on doing is paying any attention to this election. I'm done.
Yeah, I know.
I'm fucking done.
Yeah,
I know. Well, here's the thing with elections, especially presidential elections. Everyone who's in it's creepy. You can't, because they will. And here's how you know: they always say that they're normal and just like you. I'm normal. I'm just like you. What? No. I have plenty of normal friends. None of them have ever to tell me that they're normal. That's something only presidential candidates and serial killers do. Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
So I don't trust anybody who's running for president.
Well, there's this documentary out on Mitt Romney now, and people said if we could have met this Mitt Romney, we would have voted for him.
Right.
And I'm like, he had 2 fucking years to be that guy.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I haven't seen the documentary yet, but they say he's so.
I saw it. It's the one Mitt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it like a year ago or whatever. Yeah. He just seems like a normal whatever, like guy, family, whatever, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but the other side that you saw was the power hungry side. Like, if you're that power hungry, I don't want to vote for you. That's why I think we should just all be in the hat, and then you just find out your president like jury duty. Just fuck, I'm gonna be president. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe I can tell him I'm racist and get out of it.
I got to do this for a week.
Yeah. How do I get out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What
now we gotta move
to get me out of being president?
Yeah. I know. They've all done blow. Can't do that.
Right.
We gotta...
I mean, so if it worked the same way, where you could get out of it by saying like, "No, I'm racist. I can't be president."
My dad was president.
Whatever. Yeah.
You know,
my dad. I'll be biased. I don't want to believe
Isn't it funny that people would rather say I'm racist than sit on a jury?
That's how bad it is.
I would do it. I hope you don't have any black people though, because from every part of me, I'm disgusted by that.
There's like 8 black people sitting behind you. You're like, I'm sorry, I got to do this for me.
You're like, I'm doing the same thing.
I get it, dude. This is the time to play that card.
100%.
You're never more upset than when you're sitting in that room, and then they will tell you that it's a good thing. I had to do. I had gotten out of jury so many times that they just assigned me to grand jury. They just assigned me, and I ended up doing a month of half days of hideous, horrible things. Things I don't want to know take place here.
Well, that's like one of those things where they're asking with the Eric Garner case. They're like, how could they not indict the cop? It's like these people have a month of jury duty. They're just like, next, no, next, yes, next. I don't give a shit. Next, just get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a flawed system because you're just dealing with humans. You know what I mean?
Right. But to not indict the cop, the entire time I sat there a month, I think that they didn't. I think there was only one case that didn't pass through. One.
Wow.
And the entire thing. And then we got yelled at for that.
Right.
And they came in and said, "What's wrong with you guys?"
Yeah.
And they just read the whole thing to us all over again. Like the rules that take like hours. They just reread them because we said, "I don't think that kid's car should have been
flipping
searched."
coins. No.
There are some people that just like, if you're in there, you must be guilty because the cops brought you here. And I mean, that's a large percent.
Wow.
Of people who are just like, why else would they be here?
Right.
You don't ever want to get in trouble.
God,
never get busted for any reason.
No.
Wow.
I've always said like we should have some sort of PSA system like the DARE system that goes around to schools and just says, if the cops stop you, shut your fucking mouth and ask for a lawyer.
Right.
That's it. Do whatever they say and ask for a lawyer. Because you see all these videos, every single video, the guy's like, nah, man, no, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Ask for a lawyer. That's all you do.
But see, here's the thing. This is why you are not a criminal, because you've thought of that. The criminal mind does not think things through that well. And the number of detectives that showed up with signed confessions was astounding to me. They got these guys to sign off a confession, and they just came in. Here's the case. This is what happened. Here's his confession. I'm like, his confession? He hasn't even been to grand jury. What could he possibly get out of signing something?
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Let me tell you, the detectives were sharp as fuck. Like there was a lot of like street cops. I'm like, this guy seems like a fucking meathead. But any detective came in, it was done. These guys were smart. They had their shit together. They knew how to present, make eye contact. You're all like, yes, I'm with you.
Wow.
I got it. We're all in this together.
You're like a lawyer with a gun.
And then, some of the street cops come in, the perpetrators, and 814. He's just reading.
This fucking guy,
off of paper.
He like reads his name at one point by accident because it says it on there.
There's one dude that couldn't speak English. He was struggling with his English.
That's insane.
Plug away, Fezzy. Don't wait for us. Plug the fuck away for these guys.
This Wednesday, Caroline's Comedy Madness. The Final Four happens. Joe Larson's here. Anthony DeVito. They'll be facing each other in the first matchup of the Final Four, taking on the winner of Doug Smith versus Ryan Beck. On Twitter, at Anthony DeVito _ and at What About Joe for JoeLarsonComedy.com.
Fezzy, as a gay man.
Yes.
Who do you want to win, but who do you think will win? As a gay man. And that means you represent gay society.
All right. So out of this matchup here.
Yes, this is what we're doing. I don't know whether you got...
I want Joe Larson to win. I think Anthony DeVito _ is going to win.
There we go.
Oddly, we've covered both of them, so we don't have to feel bad about it.
Yeah, thanks, Fez.
It's my first loss.
But he
wants you to win, Joe.
He wants. I mean, he's pulling for me, but
he basically
underdog.
just called you the more attractive.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah, I'm not, I'm not arguing that. That's crazy.
All right, that's it for us.